In my past life, I stood at the very pinnacle as a martial king. I led massive armies and defeated the strongest warriors across the globe. But despite all my worldly power, I was cowardly assassinated in my sleep. Now, I've reincarnated into a magical universe as a powerless infant. I refuse to be weak in this life. I've spent the last 2 years secretly forcing mana into my tiny body. And today, my dormant power finally awakens. This is the feeling of a true mana core. I will surpass my past limits. But my journey back to the top of the food chain wasn't exactly graceful. How did I even die? Was I poisoned by a servant? I was alone in my royal chambers, looking down at my kingdom. Then everything just went dark. I had countless enemies who wanted my head on a spike. Being a ruler isn't all glory. It paints a massive target on your back. Well, whatever killed me, I obviously cannot change it now. I just hope there isn't some ridiculous choir of winged babies waiting for me in the afterlife.
Congratulations, madam. He's a very healthy boy.
Wait, was I just given birth to? That explains the blinding light.
He has your beautiful hair, Alice.
Wherever I am, at least I can understand their language.
He has your bright eyes, honey.
Hi, little Art. I'm your daddy. Can you say Dada?
Reynolds, he was just born 5 minutes ago.
My surroundings look like some sort of medieval fantasy village. My mother Alice is gentle, and my father Reynolds is a total meathead. Having the mind of a king trapped in an infant's body is pure torture. I can't even control my own bodily functions. This is deeply humiliating. I've definitely been transported to an archaic, undeveloped era. People just walk around with massive broadswords strapped to their backs.
I'll take 3 of those endurance elixirs for my husband. Our little Art looks so exhausted.
I'm exhausted from staring at these suspicious magic potions being sold openly. Knowledge is strength. I need to assess this primitive world carefully.
Daddy's home. Who's ready to play? How is my favorite little man doing today?
Ray, be careful. What if you drop him?
I'm going to throw up. This body is far too fragile for extreme sports.
Come on, Alice. My father did this with me when I was a baby.
He looks terrified. Put him down before he cries.
Stop spinning me. My brain is bouncing around in my skull.
Look how much fun he's having.
Reynolds, I swear to God, put him down this instant.
I can't hold it in anymore. Take this, you clumsy brute.
Oh no, he just threw up all over my favorite shirt.
You brought this upon yourself, idiot.
There, Mommy will fix that scrape for you.
What is this warm light emitting from her hands?
All better, not a single scratch left.
Real magic, not just parlor tricks, actual healing magic. I fought countless duels to defend my nation's honor. My swordsmanship was unrivaled in my past life. But right now, nothing fills me with more pride than the fact that I can finally crawl on my own. Look at me go. Pure athletic perfection.
Make sure he doesn't bump his head on the cabinet corner.
Ow. Curse these short, stubby limbs. Is that a mirror?
Oh, look at him admiring himself.
I have to admit, I am an exceptionally adorable child. The name Arthur fits this charming face perfectly. Watch out, future ladies of this world.
He really loves his own reflection.
Time for a nap, my sweet little Art.
The coast is entirely clear. Commencing the covert study mission. I must gather intelligence on this unfamiliar realm. Blanket deployed to soften the landing. This wooden crib is like a maximum security prison, a flawless execution. The king has escaped his containment. I have exactly 1 hour before she checks on me again. Moving at maximum toddler velocity.
Humming a little tune while I clean the kitchen.
Almost caught. Must remain deep in the shadows. The forbidden study room is right ahead. Finally, a massive treasure trove of information. Time to unlock the secrets of this primitive society. Let's see what these dusty tomes hold. I've been sneaking in here every single night for weeks. The continent of Dicathan is divided into 3 distinct races and regions. The elves in the forest, the dwarves underground, and the humans in the plains. Whoops. These books are much heavier than I expected. Technology here is severely lacking compared to Earth. And it's all because society heavily relies on this thing called magic. This beginner's guide is exactly what I need. Back on Earth, warriors utilized Kai to enhance their physical strength. But here, they wield something called mana, which naturally exists in the atmosphere. Only 1 in 100 children is born with the ability to harness it.
Does that still hurt, honey?
Augmenters enhance their bodies, while conjurers cast environmental spells. And my mother is an emitter, a rare deviant capable of healing magic. If I draw the scattered mana fragments together manually, I can accelerate the process. I will form my core years before anyone else even attempts it. I can feel the particles migrating toward my solar plexus.
Gotcha. Sneaking out of bed again, you little rascal?
Arthur, you worried me to death. Why are you hiding in here? Are you having trouble going to the bathroom, honey?
Woman, I am attempting to forge the greatest mana core in history, not taking a dump.
Oh, my poor baby is straining so hard. Let's get you back to bed.
Years slowly passed, and my reading comprehension vastly improved.
He learns so quickly. Sometimes I wonder if he's a tiny genius.
It's undeniable. I am an absolute prodigy.
Look at him walk. He's a natural athlete.
Stop hovering over me like a giant protective eagle.
He has your stubbornness, Reynolds. He's going to be a handful.
I certainly can't rely on my father to teach me properly. Let's test my arm strength with this stick.
What are you two doing in the yard?
Just teaching the boy how to hold a sword, dear.
He is far too young to be swinging weapons around. I swear, if he hurts himself, you're sleeping in the barn.
To escape his reckless training, I preferred going to the marketplace with Mom.
You always get so excited looking at the different merchants' art.
Look, that man over there is using magic.
Check out this fine, magically crafted staff, little guy. A simple fire spell embedded directly into the wood. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's amazing how quickly he absorbs everything around him.
With an adventurer for a father, it's natural I'd be drawn to combat. My mother still desperately tries to keep me away from my books.
Caught you again. You're going straight to your crib.
But she can't stop my thirst for knowledge. Watching my father train outside has been my greatest source of practical research. Let's see what a supposedly experienced augmenter can do.
All right, time for my daily mana exercises.
He's trying to lift that boulder purely with environmental mana.
Just focus. Gather the wind. Just need to focus my chanting properly. Rise. Bend to my will. Ah, lift!
Is he really struggling this much just to move a simple rock?
Come on, stay up. Haha, look at that raw power. Now to entirely obliterate it with physical augmentation. Dust to dust. Phew, that really takes a lot out of me. Did you see that art? Your old man is so strong.
That was pathetic. He wasted so much energy on a highly inefficient strike.
Watching your father act like a buffoon again, he always makes such a huge mess of the front yard.
He's an augmenter, so his ranged magic will obviously be subpar. But I intend to master both disciplines once my core finishes forming.
Ha, one more punch. Take this spinning back kick. Feel the wrath of my martial arts. That's enough for today. I'm wiped out.
His physical forms are decent, but his mana distribution is a total joke. I can do much better than that. I just need more time. Wait, the coast is clear. I can go read. Time to sneak back to my sanctuary. Slowly descending the stairs of doom. Almost at the bottom, my infant muscles are screaming in agony.
And just where do you think you're going?
Retreat! I've been fully compromised.
Looks like somebody desperately needs a nap.
Unhand me. I have vital research to conduct.
No books right now, mister. It is strictly bedtime.
I am a captive in my own home. Please, mother. I promise to be extremely good.
Nice try, but the puppy eyes won't work on me. Oh, fine. You can play in the study for a little bit.
Victory is mine. The weak always succumb to cuteness. Let's review the fundamental theories of mana manipulation again.
Don't stay up too late reading gibberish.
Honey, I accidentally broke the fence again.
That clumsy fool. I'll be right back, Art.
Excellent. Uninterrupted meditation time. Assume the lotus position and focus internally. I've almost condensed all the loose fragments into my solar plexus. No wonder this naturally takes until puberty. It requires absurd mental fortitude, pushing all this raw energy into a single dense point. It burns, but I can't stop now. Just a little bit more. Compress.
This stupid tree trunk is heavier than it looks.
You wouldn't have to carry it if you hadn't destroyed the fence.
It's stabilizing. The core is solidifying. The energy is cascading outward. No, I can't contain the backlash.
Alice, get down. The house is exploding. I've got you. Stay behind me.
Reynolds, what just happened? Oh my god. Arthur, he was inside. We have to get him out of the rubble. Please let my baby be all right.
The blast blew the entire roof off. Hang on, Art. Daddy is coming. Moving this debris out of the way. I don't believe my eyes. He survived that blast without a single scratch? Ha ha ha, you've got to be kidding me.
Why are you laughing? Is he hurt?
He isn't even 3 years old yet.
Slowly descending back to the floor. Wow, I feel absolutely incredible. My body is overflowing with power. My senses are so sharp. I can clearly hear the wind. Wait, why am I looking at the sky? Did I entirely obliterate our house? Uh-oh, my parents are staring at me.
Were we attacked by a dragon? Who did this?
Since the house incident last year, they've accepted that I awakened my core early. Mom has been strictly teaching me how to read to keep me out of trouble.
And I've been handling your physical conditioning. Keep those legs moving, Art. Build that stamina. Now 50 more sit-ups. Don't quit on me.
This meathead's training is nothing compared to what I endured as a king.
I got you a special present for your 3rd birthday.
Is he finally going to let me hold a real weapon?
Time to learn the blade, champ. Get outside.
Can't you ever enter a room quietly?
Remember what I taught you about basic striking forms. You have to smoothly match the flow of mana with your deep breathing.
He's a terrible teacher. Good thing I already know how to fight. Let's see how he handles a proper thrust. Stance low, grip tight. Boom, right past his guard.
Excellent form. Keep up the pressure. You're doing great, kid. Now try to block this.
I will not be defeated by an amateur. I need to wrap this up quickly so I can go read. Time to show him a fraction of my true speed.
Oh, going for a low strike? What the? He bypassed my wooden blade entirely. My own son just disarmed me.
I win. Can I please go back to my books now? A mage's power is measured by the purity and color of their core. It starts black, then shifts through red, orange, yellow, silver, and finally white.
Arthur, it is time for dinner.
Damn it. Interrupting my progress right when I was breaking through.
Eat your carrots, honey. They'll make you strong.
He really knocked my sword away today, Alice.
Please stop talking about me while I'm trying to chew.
He's progressing way too fast. I honestly have nothing left to teach him.
He's only 4 years old. He doesn't need to learn anything else.
but he's a total prodigy. We can't let his talent stagnate. I'm actively holding him back. He needs a proper mentor. Someone who can really push his limits.
I am definitely not sending my toddler away to some distant academy.
Zyrus City is the best in the continent. My old guild friends live there.
They are actually deciding my entire future while I eat my peas. They've been shouting at each other for 10 straight minutes. Enough. I will make the decision myself.
He looks angry. Did we upset him? Do you want to go to a big city and meet a real magic teacher, Art?
Is he actually asking for my consent? That's a first. That's a massive commitment for a toddler. Can't we all just move to Zyrus City together? Why are they staring at me like I grew a second head?
Haha. I guess we never even considered just packing up and moving as a family.
I'd feel so much better if I could be there to watch him grow up.
Then it's officially settled. We're all relocating to Zyrus.
Let me check the map for Zyrus City's exact location. It's quite a long journey through dangerous territory.
Bedtime, mister. Stop hoarding those books. We have to wake up at dawn to meet the escort caravan. Your father's old adventuring group, the Twin Horns, are joining us. Good night, my brilliant little boy. I better not catch you reading under the covers again.
Yes, Mom. I will sleep peacefully. 2 conjurers and 3 augmenters. A perfectly balanced combat squad. It's time to finally see the wider world.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for agreeing to escort us. Hey team, I want you all to officially meet my son. Go ahead, Art. Introduce yourself like a man.
Hello. My name is Arthur. Thank you for protecting us on this journey.
Look at his perfect manners. He's such a gentleman.
You sure this polite little guy is actually your kid, Ray? He doesn't act like you.
Hey, don't stretch my face like that.
He is incredibly precious. Be thankful he looks like his mother.
I genuinely cannot breathe. 2 massive mountains are crushing my skull.
Angela, you are actually suffocating the poor boy.
There you go, little one. You are safe now.
This giant man reminds me of a gentle golden retriever. And who is this silent girl glaring at me?
I don't really like talking to new people. Don't mind Jasmine. She just needs a little time to warm up to you. It is nice to meet you, Arthur. I am Helen Shard, the party's archer.
All right, team. Let's get these carriages moving.
We are all loaded up and ready in the back.
Forward march. Next stop, Zyrus City.
Finally on the road. The fresh air is wonderfully invigorating.
Ambush. Keep those wolves away from the horses.
Dinner is almost ready, everyone. You must be starving after that fight.
Traveling as an infant is mostly just sitting around doing nothing.
Are you holding up okay, Arthur? You look a bit tired.
I guess I am just bored. It is my first time camping like this.
Your dad keeps bragging about you? Did you seriously awaken your core a year ago?
I have no reason to lie to you.
Hey, Ray, mind if I spar a little with your supposed genius boy?
Go stretch by yourself, you annoying redhead.
Just be careful, Adam. We have only practiced very basic forms.
Hey, put me down. This is child abuse.
Well, most kids his age can barely walk without tripping.
Unbelievable. They actually think fighting a toddler is perfectly acceptable here.
Don't cry if you get a few bruises, kid.
I will wipe that arrogant smirk right off your face.
Nice try, but you need to reinforce your weapon with mana. Let's see how you handle real bloodlust.
Father, do something. This guy is genuinely trying to kill me.
You can take him, Art. Show him what you've got.
He is no help at all. Fine, I will deal with him myself. I may be small, but the soul of a king resides within me. Step precisely into his blind spot.
Fast, but not fast enough. Blocked. What else do you have? Now it is my turn to attack.
I read his muscle movements easily. Dodge. Ah, my foot slipped on the damp grass. Damn this uncoordinated infantile body. It cannot keep up with my mind.
Huh? What is that energy?
If I cannot outmaneuver him, I will just overpower him.
Let's test that tiny shield of yours.
Rolling underneath the wide arc.
He slipped right past my defenses.
I have you right where I want you, utilizing rotational momentum to compensate for my lack of mass. Eat dirt, you overconfident spearman. Oh no, Newton's third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Arthur, oh my god.
The recoil from striking his reinforced shaft threw me backward. That stings significantly more than I expected.
You hit him too hard, you reckless idiot.
I barely touched him. What kind of hellish training gave that kid such insane reflexes?
Honestly, I didn't teach him any of those movements.
You reckless men. Did you learn that dangerous technique from a book, Arthur?
Yes, just observing and reading. I promise I am innocent.
Books, huh? Whatever. You are going to teach me that footwork tomorrow.
It is simple. Cross your back leg, push off with mana, and drop your center of gravity.
I tripped again.
You almost have it, Jasmine. Just adjust your balance. Ouch. Stop throwing yourself into the trees. Several days passed peacefully as we moved deeper into the mountains.
Make sure you wash behind your ears, sweetie.
My 4th birthday came and went during our travels.
I bought you this dagger for helping me train.
Cannonball, coming through.
Training with seasoned adventurers has vastly improved my situational awareness.
Move out of the way. Big guy jumping in.
A fish just hit me right in the head.
Jasmine's progress with the faint step technique has been terrifyingly fast.
Come on, Art. We are packing up the camp.
Coming. The path is getting much steeper as we climb the mountain ridge.
You know, Art, I still remember the old days. Your dad used to drag us into the most ridiculous, life-threatening situations.
Oh, please. Remember the time you accidentally triggered that explosive trap?
Let's just ignore that minor detail. well.
You look pale, Mom. Are you feeling motion sickness?
Just slightly nauseous, honey. I will be fine.
I will just go back to studying my elemental theory. I still need to master the dual casting formulas. Why do I suddenly feel an intense, suffocating aura behind me?
Teach me more techniques, right now.
You nearly gave me a heart attack. Why did the carriage stop so abruptly?
What is going on? Quick, why did we stop?
We have company. Bandits on the ridge. Prepare to engage.
Submit, O wind. Gather and protect us.
Get down, Arthur. Stay away from the windows.
The wind barrier easily deflected their volley.
Let me see how many there are.
I will handle the ones on the lower rocks.
They picked the wrong caravan to ambush today.
I will reinforce the ground so the carriages don't slip.
Time to skewer some low-level trash.
Firing suppressive shots. Keep them pinned down.
Damn it, there are too many of them appearing from the tree line.
We are surrounded on all sides. They planned this ambush carefully.
Charge the carriages. Overwhelm their defenses. Stand down, travelers. Leave only the women and the kid alive. Don't damage them too much. They fetch a much higher price without any ugly scars.
It seems I lived in a peaceful bubble for too long. I forgot filth exists in every world. Damaged goods? I'll show you exactly who the prey is here.
Don't look at them, Arthur. Just close your eyes. Just hold on to me tightly. Don't worry, Mommy is right here to protect you.
No, I am the one who will protect you. I will slaughter every last one of them. My mother shielded my tiny body as the ambush abruptly began.
Fire a volley at those weak carriages right now.
Everyone group up and keep your guard raised against the arrows.
I will block their incoming projectiles with an earth wall. Rise up from the dirt and protect our precious cargo. That should successfully deflect the worst of their initial volley.
Stay down, Arthur. Do not move from that spot.
I will blow these pesky arrows away with my wind magic.
You pathetic cowards cannot hide behind those weak rocks forever.
Let me provide some suppressing fire from the high ground.
Your feeble little arrows cannot pierce my thick skin.
Team, push forward and break their frontline formation. Take this heavy strike from above, you filthy bandit. One less piece of trash for us to worry about. We need to clear a path so the carriages can escape. Keep your eyes peeled for any flankers hiding in the trees. You weaklings are not getting past me today. Damn it, an arrow is coming straight for my blind spot. I cannot turn around fast enough to block that projectile.
I have your back covered, Reynolds. Just keep pushing forward.
The twin horns are holding their own against the massive numbers.
Another one down. You bandits are far too slow to catch me.
Is that all you useless trash have got? Try blocking the full weight of my spear, idiot. Nice try, but your wild swings are way too predictable. Eat my rapid thrusts, you pathetic weaklings. There are way too many of these guys swarming our position.
I will thin out their ranks from the shadows. Your clumsy footwork makes you an exceptionally easy target. I sense another hostile presence approaching from my left flank.
Let me show you how a real man wields a weapon.
A metal whip? I need to keep my distance from him.
Stop struggling, baby. I will train you so well, you will beg to stay with me.
His striking speed is annoying to deal with in close quarters. He managed to graze my arm with that last swing.
Jasmine is at a severe disadvantage against his medium-range weapon. But do I even stand a chance against an adult augmenter with this tiny body?
The carriage is tipping over. Brace yourselves, Arthur.
Gah! That massive brute hits like a runaway freight train. My ribs are definitely broken from that heavy impact.
Honey, oh my god, are you alright?
Father just took a direct hit from that giant axe-wielding maniac.
Looks like I finally caught myself a big fish.
Mom, you have to cast your healing magic on Dad right now.
There is something terribly wrong. I cannot seem to gather my mana properly.
Do not worry about me, honey. My injuries are not life-threatening.
Why is her healing magic failing her during such a critical moment?
Listen carefully, Arthur. I need you to be very brave for me. Take your mother back down the trail we came from and do not stop running.
What are you talking about? I am not leaving you behind to face him alone.
I need you to listen to me, son. I know you can fight. That is exactly why I am entrusting your mother to you. Please protect her with everything you have and survive.
I suddenly remembered a recent conversation revealing that my mother was actually pregnant.
I'm just a little fatigued today, honey. I will be perfectly fine.
You are going to be a big brother very soon, Art. I was planning on waiting until we reached Zyrus City to tell you the good news.
I grip his arm, realizing the heavy burden he is placing on my shoulders. I understand, Dad. I promise I will protect Mom and the unborn baby.
Get ready to run, Art. I'm going to buy you both some time. They have 4 mages on their side, so escaping this valley will not be easy.
Curse you! They have a rare healer with them. Do not let her escape.
Come on, Mom. We have to run into the forest right now. Please do not die on me, Dad. You have to survive this fight.
Hurry up and get out of here while we hold the front line. This battle is getting way too close for comfort.
You are not getting away from me that easily, little lady.
I said I am holding him down. Just keep moving your feet.
We scramble up the steep rocky ridge to escape the chaotic battlefield.
Say goodbye, little kid. You are not escaping my sight.
My sharpened senses detect a fast projectile approaching from my blind spot. I can clearly read the exact trajectory of the incoming arrow. It is aimed straight for my mother's exposed back. Get away from my mother, you filthy piece of trash. I channeled my mana into the wooden blade to intercept the heavy strike. The kinetic force shattered my practice weapon, but it successfully deflected the tip.
How the hell did a toddler just block my reinforced arrow?
The metal arrowhead cleanly snaps off, neutralizing the lethal threat.
Do not stop running, Arthur. Just keep heading toward the upper ridge.
We pause for a brief second to assess the deteriorating situation below us. Something feels very wrong about this entire ambush setup. I scan the enemy formation, trying to account for all their heavy hitters. My father specifically stated that they had 4 mages on their side. I can see one conjurer actively fighting Angela near the carriages. Another one is currently engaged in intense close combat with Adam. And the third is that massive brute wildly swinging his giant axe.
Forget the original plan, Damien. Just slaughter them all, and do not let anyone live.
Wait a second. Exactly who is he yelling that lethal command to? I suddenly hear the dangerous crackle of condensed mana forming directly overhead. Oh shit! The 4th mage was hiding on the upper cliff this entire time. He has been quietly charging a massive spell while we were distracted. The massive sphere of destructive energy plummets straight toward our current position. Even if I use my mana to dodge this, Mom will never be fast enough. Damn it. I have no other choice but to intervene with physical force. I violently push mana into my short legs to close the distance. I am truly sorry for the heavy bruises this will cause, Mom. I unleash a burst of energy to shove her safely out of the blast radius.
Arthur, what are you doing?
I knew that if I could not survive the fall, I wanted to bring the hidden mage down with me. Take my dagger with you straight to hell, you cowardly bastard. The explosive force blows me right off the rocky ledge.
Gah! That little brat actually managed to stab my leg.
I'm falling rapidly into the dark chasm below the mountain trail. Let us hope this hastily constructed mana string actually holds his weight. The tether connected to my dagger pulls the injured mage right off the cliff.
Curse you! I'm not dying to some pathetic infant.
The mana string violently snaps under our combined falling weight. He tumbles into the dark abyss right alongside me.
I will catch him, Earth Pillar. Rise up to the sky.
Durden's massive stone construct attempts to intercept my rapid descent, but I am falling way too fast, slipping right past his magical grasp. I am falling to my death, but at least I eliminated the biggest threat to my family. It looks like everyone else will be okay now that the ambush is broken. I just wish I had more time to spend with them in this new life. The world fades to white, replacing the chaotic battlefield with a familiar, sterile room. Where am I? Is this a lingering memory of my previous life as a king? My adult body feels remarkably heavy as I step down from the luxurious royal bed. The heavy oak doors creak open, revealing the familiar faces of my personal servants.
Good morning, King Grey. Your council awaits your immediate presence in the meeting chamber.
I silently walk down the grand corridor, surrounded by the hollow prestige of my title. The massive council chamber doors open, exposing the true rulers of this ruined world. I step forward to face the elder who controls my every violent action.
King Grey, you have finally arrived to grace us with your esteemed presence.
I stare at him in silence, disgusted by his arrogant, smug expression. The council was the true governing body that managed the country's corrupt politics and failing economy. I was merely the champion who fought their proxy wars to secure limited worldly resources.
Admiring your own glorious handiwork again, I see. To what do I owe the rare pleasure of this unexpected morning visit?
I reach for the golden medallion resting heavily on my chest. This piece of metal represents all the blood I have spilled for their greedy ambitions. I place the heavy royal crest firmly onto his polished wooden desk. I am officially retiring from my position, Marlorn. Find yourself another disposable champion. I spent my entire life striving to become the strongest warrior in the world. But in the end, I remained a lonely orphan, with everyone I cherished forever gone. I would gladly give up everything I had in my past life, just for the chance to see my new family again. The warm sunlight filters through the dense canopy above me. Where exactly am I? How did I survive a fall from that ridiculous height? Damn it. My travel supplies are scattered everywhere across the dirt. My limbs feel like lead as I slowly drag myself forward. Looks like the mage who fell with me was not quite as lucky as I was. Just looking at his mangled corpse makes my stomach churn violently. The foul stench of his crushed body is utterly revolting. revolting. I need to look away before I empty my stomach onto the grass. Just focus on breathing and ignoring the nauseating smell of death. A single green leaf gently lands right on top of my bruised nose. I can smell the faint, sweet scent of wild berries nearby. I slowly turn my aching neck to pinpoint the source of the smell. I am starving. I need to gather whatever edible berries I can reach. Just a few more inches, and I can finally eat something. I scoop a handful of the strange, dark purple fruit from the soil. Hopefully these are not poisonous enough to kill me right now. These wild berries are terribly bitter, but they will provide some desperately needed energy. I drop back onto the soft grass, exhausted by that minor effort. Thank you for the terrible meal, Mother Nature. I genuinely needed that. The local birds chirp loudly, flying freely through the clear blue sky. I cannot afford to just lay here and wait for rescue. Come on, buddy, stop acting like a broken doll and move. Every single muscle in my toddler frame is screaming in pure agony. My mana core is entirely depleted. That explains why my limbs feel so heavy. I drag my exhausted body toward the closest sturdy tree trunk. Gritting my teeth, I push through the sharp, stabbing pain in my side. Finally on my own 2 feet, though barely standing upright. I lean heavily against the rough bark to steady my shaking legs. I will use this broken branch as a makeshift walking cane, and I better retrieve my dagger from that bastard's corpse just in case. Retrieving that blade took the last bit of strength I had left. How long has it even been since I fell off that cliff? And more importantly, where exactly in the beast glades did I land? It does not matter right now. I just need to keep moving forward.
Oh, you are finally awake, little one?
I freeze immediately, gripping my bloody dagger tightly in my small hand.
I am pleasantly surprised you recovered so quickly from that nasty fall.
That voice is echoing directly inside my head. Who is there? Show yourself immediately and state your business.
Do not tell me that mangled corpse over there is your handiwork.
I swear to God, if that mage gets up, I will stab him again. I wave my makeshift cane around, trying to locate the hidden speaker.
Do not worry, child. The corpse will not be reanimating to harm you.
That is certainly a relief. I am in no condition for another fight. But who exactly are you? Are you the one who saved me from the fall? A small rabbit darts out of the bushes, startled by my loud shouting.
Yes. To your second question, as for the first, you will find out once you arrive at my dwelling.
You sound pretty confident that I will actually obey you and seek out your cave.
Well, I am the only one in this forest who can safely guide you back to your home.
My home, Reynolds, Alice, and the Twin Horns, and my unborn baby sibling. I have to know if they survived the ambush. Did they manage to escape those filthy bandits and reach Zyrus City safely? I cough into my hand, trying to sound as polite as possible. Excuse me, mysterious voice. May I inconvenience you for directions to your dwelling?
Your sudden shift in tone is quite amusing, little boy. You catch on quick, Arthur Lewin, although it is quite rude to refer to a lady as Mr.
Wait a minute. How do you already know my full name?
Follow the path I am laying out for you, and I shall answer all your questions.
Glowing red markers suddenly illuminate the dark forest floor, guiding my way. The magical trail leads deeper into the dense, unfamiliar woods. I follow the glowing path, keeping my dagger ready just in case this is a trap. The mysterious lights guide me through the thick underbrush without issue. The sprawling forest seems endless from this vast perspective. The markers lead me directly toward a massive rock formation hidden in the trees. A large, dark crevice sits at the base of the towering stones. I have been walking for hours. I recommend we depart immediately while it is still light out.
I highly recommend you rest your battered body before attempting such a long journey. The forest becomes extremely treacherous when the sun goes down.
As my physical condition gradually improved over the afternoon, I could not help but analyze my situation. I carefully cross a fallen tree spanning a deep ravine. What sort of magic did this woman use to soften my terminal fall without revealing her location? My sharp ears catch the faint sound of rushing liquid nearby. That rushing sound. Please let it be exactly what I think it is. Fresh running water. Finally, I can wash this grime off my skin. I strip off my ruined shirt and toss it toward the rocky bank. I rigorously scrub the dried mud and blood out of my torn tunic.
How pleasantly carefree you are, bathing naked in the middle of a dangerous forest.
Hey, a little warning before you start spying on me would be greatly appreciated. They are just words, Arthur. A true king must remain perfectly calm and unfazed by such provocations.
I sincerely apologize for startling you, little one. Please do not pout.
I fill my leather canteen with fresh water from the stream. I force down another handful of those bitter berries to regain my strength. Since I fell off the mountain towards the east, I must be near the elusive elves' domain. But I do not see any of the thick fog that the forest of Elshire is famous for. I walk barefoot across the soft moss, staying vigilant for any threats. My fears of traveling through the beast glades were quelled by the fact that only harmless animals reside here. It is honestly surprising that I haven't encountered a single dangerous mana beast in such a mana-rich environment. I desperately need to get back to my parents. The stress of my potential death could severely endanger my mother's pregnancy. That is assuming they managed to survive the ambush in the first place. The sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the towering rock formations. Well, it is nice to finally meet the entity who graciously saved my life.
As interesting as it would be, I am not a sentient cluster of rocks. Step inside the crevice.
I cautiously peer into the glowing entrance of the hidden cavern. I swallow hard, bracing myself for whatever awaits me inside. Dad, Mom, please watch over me as I descend into this dark abyss.
Watch your step on the way down, Arthur. The rocks are quite slippery.
My small hand slips off the damp stone surface. Whoa, I lost my grip on this steep ledge. I tumble past strange glowing flora illuminating the deep shaft. I am plunging straight down into the heart of the cavern. I brace myself for another painful impact against the hard stone floor. I slam face first into the unforgiving rocky ground. Ugh, my poor tailbone is going to be bruised for weeks. I rub my sore cheek, glaring angrily into the dark void above. A simple warning that I was going to drop 2 stories down would have been greatly appreciated. I brush off my pants and look toward the center of the room. I stumble backward as a massive shadow looms over my small frame. My legs give out entirely, sending me tumbling back onto the floor. What the hell is that massive creature lurking in the shadows? A giant armored entity sits silently upon a throne of jagged stone. I stare upward in horror, unable to comprehend its sheer size. Glowing crimson eyes pierce through the thick darkness, locking onto my trembling body.
We finally meet face to face, child. Welcome to my humble abode.
The colossal demon slowly rises from its stone throne. The ground visibly shakes with every heavy step it takes toward me. I cannot move a single muscle. The oppressive aura is suffocating.
Close your mouth, little one, before the cave bugs fly in and nest.
Her voice is strangely soothing despite her terrifying demonic appearance. A massive glowing red laceration stretches across her armored chest. The cavern walls light up with her radiating magical energy.
It will take some time for me to open a dimensional rift strong enough to transport you home.
Thank you for saving me from the fall. I nervously clutch my wooden stick, feeling dwarfed by her towering presence.
These special cave plants will properly nourish your depleted body until the portal is fully stabilized.
She hands me a glowing blue fruit resembling a large peach. Despite her intimidating form, her gentle actions actually reminded me a lot of my mother. I cautiously inspect the glowing fruit, hesitant to take a bite. It looks extremely suspicious compared to the wild berries I ate earlier.
That blue one tastes significantly better than the red one. Stop playing with your food.
I guess I have no choice but to trust her judgment. She sits back down on the cave floor, resting her massive armored hands. I swallow my fear and decide to gather some vital intelligence. Excuse me, miss? I know you told me you were a lady, but is there a better way to address you?
My actual name is Sylvia. You do not need to address me so formally.
Sylvia, do you mind if I ask you a few questions about this place?
Go ahead, little one, although I may not be able to answer everything you ask.
With my initial fear of her appearance fading, I began bombarding her with the questions burning in my mind.
Your first question regarding our location is easy enough for me to answer. This place is a narrow hidden zone that rests perfectly between the Beast Glades and the Forest of Elshire. Although those rare cases of wandering travelers finding it do occasionally occur.
You can just call me Art. My family always calls me that because it is short for Arthur.
Very well, then I shall also call you Art from now on. As for your second question, I am here alone simply because I have no one left to share my life with.
Her voice carries a profound sadness that I recognize all too well.
My last battle with the enemies pursuing me left me with this severe, festering wound. I will explain why I chose to save you from that deadly fall. Perhaps I was moved by your courage to protect your mother, or perhaps I had simply grown overly lonely. My apologies, Art, but I must excuse myself for the night to rest my weary body.
Oh, okay. Have a good night, Sylvia. I will see you tomorrow.
I almost forgot to mention one very important detail regarding your family's situation. My magical sight is unable to reach exactly where they have retreated to, but rest assured your family and friends are perfectly safe from the bandit threat.
They are really safe? You are not just saying that to comfort me? Thank God they managed to get away. I was so worried about them. The overwhelming relief washes away the tension I've been holding on to for hours. For the first time since the ambush, I finally feel a genuine sense of peace. Thank you so much, Sylvia. You have no idea how much that means to me. Sylvia and I spent countless hours talking about all sorts of worldly things when she wasn't preparing the portal. She patiently answered my questions about magic and the different races inhabiting the continent. Those short hours bled into days, and those peaceful days eventually turned into weeks. While Sylvia kept her violent past a secret, I slowly began to understand what sort of gentle person she truly was. I spent a majority of my time diligently refining my newly formed mana core. Sitting cross-legged on the stone floor, I continuously cycled the ambient energy through my body. Contrary to her trauma-inducing demonic appearance, Sylvia was always kind, gentle, patient, and warm. She closely monitored my progress, occasionally offering subtle hints to improve my efficiency.
Have you had a chance to dine yet, Art? These specific fruits are particularly savory and rarely grow elsewhere.
I gladly accept the glowing fruit, my body craving the dense magical nutrients inside. She genuinely reminded me of my mother, with her consistently gentle and nurturing demeanor. But she also firmly scolded me whenever my mindset wandered into unnecessarily dark territory. One evening, I accidentally expressed my intense animosity toward the bandits who viciously attacked us. I told her that those miserable scumbags deserved far worse deaths for threatening my innocent family. My blood boiled just picturing that massive brute swinging his axe at my father. If any of them managed to make it out alive, I swore I was going to hunt them down. Before I could finish my angry rant, a massive armored finger flicked my forehead. The physical impact hit me like a solid wall of bricks. I tumbled backward across the cavern floor, caught off guard. My back slammed against the cold stone, knocking the wind right out of my lungs. Ouch, what was that aggressive strike to the forehead for?
Perhaps you are not entirely wrong that those vile bandits deserve severe punishment for their crimes. However, letting your young heart cloud with such dark hatred and vengeance will only cause harm to yourself.
I slowly rubbed my throbbing forehead, contemplating her surprisingly wise words.
You will undoubtedly encounter further misfortunes in life, but you must not let grief and rage corrode your rational mind. Did I flick your forehead a little too hard? Does it still hurt, my dear Art?
Being lectured on morals by a figure that appeared to be the epitome of evil had oddly stricken me to my core.
Art, are you paying attention to me? Art, wake up from your daydream.
I jump slightly as her loud voice pulls me back to the present reality.
Why are you not eating the fruit I provided? Is something bothering you?
Oh no, I am perfectly fine, just lost in my own thoughts for a moment. I take a large bite of the sweet fruit, ignoring the sudden tension in the air. Sylvia, your chest wound. It looks like the dark infection is rapidly spreading again.
Do not worry yourself, little one. This cursed wound simply festers from time to time.
Since we have a moment, I have been meaning to ask you about mana manipulation.
It was my understanding that normal humans usually awaken their magical cores around the age of 12 or 13.
My parents always told me I was a total genius when it came to learning magic.
Since you are already so proficient, perhaps you will be able to learn a special technique I developed.
I stare at her intently, eager to absorb any magical knowledge she is willing to share.
I can teach you how to subconsciously meditate and absorb environmental mana while actively moving or fighting.
How are you constantly drawing in mana without assuming a proper meditative stance?
Humans possess a very linear mindset in regards to mana absorption. You must start with small, mindless movements and work your way up.
I stare at my small hands, realizing the immense difficulty of the task she is proposing. I extend my arm and attempt to draw in mana while flexing my fingers. The delicate connection instantly shatters the moment I shift my physical focus.
It is much easier said than done. Mana beasts learn to do this naturally over time, but human bodies are not meant for such multitasking.
I understand the heavy risks, but I will not let my human limitations hold me back from mastering this. I promise I will do my very best to master this continuous rotation technique.
As you should, Art. I expect nothing less than flawless perfection from my new student.
The following days consisted of relentless physical drills while struggling to maintain the internal mana flow. Every time I attempted a complex footwork pattern, my concentration would inevitably slip, and every failure resulted in a painful tumble across the unforgiving cave floor. Practicing this complex skill essentially meant maintaining a steady inward flow of mana while performing physical combat maneuvers. I tighten my grip on the wooden branch, forcing my mind to split its focus. I execute a rapid sequence of vertical swings, trusting my muscle memory to handle the physical aspect. It cannot be. Did I actually just maintain the rotation through a full strike? Sylvia, I finally did it. I managed to hold the mana flow while attacking. I turn around to share my exciting progress, but the words die in my throat. Sylvia is slumped against the cavern wall, her massive chest heaving with labored breaths. Sylvia, please answer me. What happened to you while I was distracted? I drop the stick and sprint toward her collapsed form as fast as my small legs can carry me. Her heavy armor is cracked, and dark energy is is violently seeping from her chest. A massive pool of dark red blood is spreading rapidly across the stone floor beneath her. The warm liquid reaches my bare toes, staining my skin with her life force. Sylvia, you have to hold on. Please wake up and look at me.
I am still here, my little art.
The dark armor encasing her body suddenly fractures, revealing blinding white light underneath. Your chest wound. Why is the dark infection spreading so rapidly all of a sudden? I glance past her shoulder and spot the swirling colors of a massive dimensional rift. It cannot be. Is her condition worsening entirely because of the portal's creation? Flashbacks of her offering me her limited food supply flood my panicked mind. She spent every waking moment either teaching me or quietly suffering to build this escape route. She poured all of her remaining life force into ensuring my safe return. The complex runes on the cave floor pulse brightly, signaling the portal's completion. I collapse onto my knees, entirely overcome by the crushing weight of her sacrifice. It is getting worse because she is forcing herself to maintain that dimensional rift for me. I grab handfuls of her crumbling dark armor, desperate to stop her bleeding.
It is okay, little one. My time in this world was already drawing to an unavoidable close.
Tears stream down my dirty face as I watch her struggle for every breath. How can it possibly be fine when you are actually dying to save my life? I cried for a long time, heavily overwhelmed by the immense guilt of her selfless sacrifice. I cried like the helpless 4-year-old child I appeared to be on the outside.
Have you calmed down a little bit, Art? We must discuss our next steps. We unfortunately do not have much time left together, and I would hate for it to be wasted with you blaming yourself.
How can I not blame myself when you are sacrificing your own life just so I can return to my family?
You are actually doing me a massive favor by allowing me to finally leave this forsaken cave a bit faster. My name really does not suit this demonic form. Now does it? Let me shed this false skin.
The dark shell surrounding her body violently shatters into countless glowing fragments. Brilliant white feathers explode from her back, illuminating the entire cavern. The intense golden light forces me to shield my sensitive eyes. I peer through my fingers, awestruck by the sheer magnitude of her true form. A magnificent beast covered in pristine white scales stands proudly before the portal.
There we go. Do I look a bit more like a proper Sylvia now?
Sylvia, you are actually a massive, majestic white dragon?
Yes, I suppose I am what you humans refer to as a dragon, but we truly have little time for idle chatter now. By shedding my protective veil to finish the portal, I have alerted those who are hunting me. They will arrive very soon.
The dimensional rift flares with blinding rainbow colors, fully stabilized and ready. The sheer magical pressure radiating from the portal makes it difficult to even stand.
Listen very carefully to my final instructions, Arthur. Your survival entirely depends on it.
She exhales a condensed sphere of shimmering mana directly toward me. The light solidifies into a beautiful, smooth stone, glowing with every color of the spectrum. The stone feels weightless, yet I sense an immense, overbearing presence resonating from within it. I cradle the mysterious object gently in my palms, mesmerizing by its gentle pulse. Sylvia reaches back and plucks a long, pristine feather from her massive wing.
Wrap the stone in this special feather to thoroughly conceal its draconic aura from my enemies.
Sylvia, what exactly is this glowing rainbow stone supposed to be?
Please bear with me for one more painful procedure, my dear child.
Searing pain shoots up my forearm as glowing golden runes burn directly into my skin.
With this magical mark, everything will naturally reveal itself to you when the proper time comes. I have opened the portal. I cannot send you directly home, but you will arrive somewhere near human civilization. Go now.
Violent tremors suddenly shake the cavern, sending massive chunks of rock crashing down. The defensive walls have been breached. The ceiling is entirely collapsing around us. A powerful suction pulls my small body directly toward the swirling rift. A massive cloud of black smoke bursts through the rocky ceiling above Sylvia.
I advise you cease your pointless stubbornness and hand the artifact over to us immediately. Submit to us right now, and perhaps our master will even heal that festering wound of yours.
That descending figure, he looks exactly like Sylvia's previous demonic form.
You have already caused us quite the trouble by hiding here, dragon. Wait, is that an active portal?
I have a bit of a final confession to make, Arthur. I intentionally prolonged the spell so I could spend more time with you.
Sylvia, please come with me. You do not have to fight these monsters alone. I clutch the wrapped stone tightly against my chest, refusing to step backward. No, I am not leaving you behind. Just step into the portal with me. I do not know what binding spell you cast, but my body is entirely frozen in place. Let me go. She looks down at me one last time, her golden eyes welling with tears.
You know I cannot do that, Arthur. My destiny is permanently tied to this cave.
Her massive wing gently sweeps forward, forcing my frozen body into the glowing rift.
Farewell, my precious little art. May your journey be filled with bright light.
The rainbow colors engulf my vision as the portal forcefully seals itself shut behind me. Sylvia, please do not do this to yourself. The image of her majestic white form preparing to fight the demons burns into my memory. Grandma, let me stay with you. A single tear rolls down her scaled cheek as she faces her inevitable end.
Thank you, my wonderful child. You gave me the family I always yearned for.
My body is violently hurled through a chaotic tunnel of warping dimensional space. I hold onto the wrapped stone with everything I have as the pressure threatens to crush me. The suffocating journey feels like it lasts an eternity before the colors finally disperse. I am unceremoniously spat out of the portal, plummeting straight toward a thick forest canopy. I crash heavily into the dirt, knocking the wind right out of my small lungs. I just lay there in the grass, too emotionally devastated to even move a muscle. The unfamiliar trees tower above me, casting long shadows in the fading evening light. She's really gone. I will never have the chance to see her warm smile again. I scream toward the heavens, letting all of my frustration and sorrow loose. A flock of startled birds scatters from the branches above, frightened by my anguished cry. The orange hues of the setting sun paint the forest in a somber, melancholic light. I stare blankly at the sky, letting the cold reality of my situation set in. My mind swam with the beautiful memories of the 4 months I had spent learning from Sylvia. That peaceful era seemed simultaneously long and far too short. She had treated me exactly like her own blood, teaching me the genuine affection I had severely lacked. A heavy thumping sensation suddenly echoes violently within my chest cavity. What is this strange, pulsing resonance disrupting my mana core?
Ahem, testing the connection. Ah, good. Hello there, Art.
Sylvia? Are you somehow communicating with me through the portal?
This is a recorded message. If you are hearing my voice right now, it unfortunately means I have perished.
My brief flicker of hope is instantly crushed by her grim confirmation.
I assume you are feeling immensely frustrated that I kept so many crucial secrets from you. As frustrating as it may seem to a former king, you are simply nowhere near ready to handle the truth. Your physical vessel is merely that of a 4-year-old boy, and your core is entirely too weak to protect you.
I bury my face in my knees, silently absorbing the harsh reality of her words.
As a small parting gift, I have infused my unique draconic will directly into your mana core.
Who even asked for this ridiculous gift? I would rather just have you here with me.
I can easily imagine what sort of dark emotions you must be feeling right now, my dear boy.
I wipe away the fresh tears, trying to maintain the composure she taught me.
But you must remember that you still have a loving family to look out for, and a greater purpose to fulfill.
She is right. I cannot afford to simply give up and die out here in the wilderness.
My only remaining wish is for you to embrace the innocence of your childhood and become a man we can all be proud of. When your mana core successfully pushes past the white stage, you will hear from me once more to learn the absolute truth. So, until that distant day finally arrives, I bid you a fond farewell. Live a fulfilling life, King Grey.
I stare into the dark forest, my resolve hardening with every passing second. I carefully tuck the wrapped stones safely into my torn tunic. Countless unanswered questions continued to aggressively pester my mind, long after Sylvia's lingering voice finally faded away. How long had she actually known my true identity? And how did she even discover I was reincarnated? But despite the confusing mysteries surrounding her tragic death, one undeniable fact remained perfectly clear. If I focused my new life solely on training for the sake of bloody revenge, this existence would hardly differ from my past one. For now, I can only honor her dying wish by moving forward with my head held high. But before I can reunite with my family, I need to figure out where the hell I actually am. I march toward the nearest tree, channeling mana into my bare feet. A powerful burst of energy propels me directly into the thick canopy above. I leap from branch to branch, ascending higher to get a better vantage point. My small fingers dig into the rough bark as I scale the colossal trunk. Even with my enhanced mana vision restricting my sight, one terrifying thing is abundantly clear right now. I was teleported deep within the uncharted territory of the Elshire Forest. I race across a massive wooden limb stretching toward the distant horizon. Because of Sylvia's strict rotation training, I am currently able to utilize my physical augmentation magic for much longer periods. She specifically stated that I would arrive near a human settlement, so I just need to keep surveying the area. No matter how far away they are, I will keep looking until I find civilization. I have to admit, I am getting surprisingly proficient at this whole monkey business.
Somebody please let me go right now.
That terrified scream definitely sounded like a young human girl. I immediately drop from my perch, rushing toward the source of the desperate plea. I fall through the thick foliage, bracing myself for a quick landing. Hopefully those traveling merchants down there will be willing to escort me back to civilization. Wait a minute. Those armed men do not look like simple merchants at all. I quietly slide down the remaining distance to get a closer look. The carriage is heavily guarded by men holding drawn weapons. Those filthy bastards look exactly like the slavers who attacked my family.
Just cover her annoying mouth and shut her up before she attracts monsters.
Keep your mouth shut, you annoying little brat.
I must analyze this dangerous situation carefully before acting.
Let us get ready to pack up and move out.
Shut up and put her back in the carriage already.
I firmly grip the tree bark, planning my silent assault. These men are ruthless slave traders preying on the weak.
Hey Deuce, hurry it up back there with the cargo.
I had no idea how those pigs procured real forest hounds. Dealing with the slave traders first is the best possible course of action. It looks like I will finally be able to let off some built-up steam. I drop down silently from the massive upper branches. I crouch low on a sturdy root, observing their movements, but I wisely decided not to strike at them immediately. Attacking all 4 of them head-on would be pure suicide, so I patiently followed their path through the dark woods. I waited in the shadows until they finally set up camp. I gathered my magical strength to prepare for the coming fight. It is time to make my decisive move while their guards are down. I snatch a heavy acorn from the nearby tree branch. This tiny object will serve as the perfect auditory distraction. I launch the projectile directly into the tree near the resting hounds.
Shut those mutts up before they wake everything in the forest.
Without a proper weapon, I was forced to utilize a technique from my previous life. I channeled raw mana directly into my bare right hand.
You should just chew each other's antlers if you are that bored. What was that sudden rustling noise right behind me?
I dash forward before the slaver can even turn his head. My sharp mana blade easily slices through his fragile throat.
How did a tiny child manage to sneak up on me?
I grab his heavy fur collar to silence his heavy fall. One piece of trash successfully eliminated from the pristine forest. I pull the sturdy steel dagger from his cold sheath. Thank you for providing me with a much better weapon. The monstrous hounds easily catch the fresh scent of spilling blood. The beasts are ravenously feasting upon their own master's corpse.
The hounds are quiet now. What is taking them so long? Are you taking a piss out here or something, Pink? What the hell was that loud snapping sound just now?
You are the second unfortunate target on my execution list. My stolen blade ruthlessly tears through his exposed neck. Fighting is a lot harder and far more tiresome in this tiny body.
Please someone get me out of here right now.
Damn it. Why is she making so much noise right now? Where are you hiding in the dark? You 2 useless idiots!
The remaining 2 bandits are cautiously approaching the covered carriage.
There's a dangerous intruder lurking near the valuable cargo. I will slice you into pieces, right where you stand.
I easily slide underneath his clumsy, predictable sword strike.
Yeah! He just severed my Achilles tendon with a single cut.
The leader rushes forward to join the violent skirmish.
Be careful, boss. The little brat is actually a skilled mage. My useless leg can no longer support my own body weight.
We certainly do not want to accidentally kill the golden egg.
This bald man radiates a much stronger aura than the others.
Do not die too quickly on me, you agile little kid.
His heavy impact shatters the solid rock beneath my bare feet.
Ha ha ha. You are surprisingly fast for a mere human toddler.
I deliver a solid spinning kick directly to his scarred face.
You little rat. That actually stung quite a bit more than expected.
He throws a sharp projectile straight at my unprotected head. I quickly use a thin string of mana to deflect the flying blade.
You definitely have some cute magical tricks up your sleeve. Let us see if you can catch this second flying weapon.
He uses the thrown dagger as a simple visual distraction. His sudden burst of magical speed is highly impressive.
Nice reaction time, but you cannot block this heavy high kick.
The raw physical force sends my small body tumbling backward.
Come here right now, my precious little bag of gold.
His strong grip tightly locks around my small, fragile ankle.
Just give up already. You cannot do anything with that tiny body.
Condensing mana into a single point should behave similarly to fire magic.
What kind of strange spell is the boy attempting to cast?
I forcefully release the compressed energy outward toward his chest. The unstable mana violently explodes upon direct physical contact. The massive blast completely engulfs his entire right arm.
Gwa! You son of a bitch! You are dead, brat!
I quickly retrieve his discarded broadsword from the dusty dirt.
I do not care if I have to sell your dead corpse now.
My thrown blade pierces straight through his vocal cords. The dangerous leader is officially dead on the rocky ground.
Wait, please do not kill me. I completely surrender to you.
I will show you no mercy for the vile crimes you committed. I am certain the little girl pleaded the exact same way. You can come out now. It is safe to go back home.
What is this dark cloth for, mister?
There are gruesome things here little kids are better off not seeing. We should be a good enough distance away from the camp now. You can take the blindfold off and open your eyes. See? The scary monsters are all permanently gone. We just need to gather some survival supplies before heading out.
Thank you so much for saving my life back there.
It was no problem at all. Nice officially meeting you. She tightly grips my torn sleeve with trembling little hands.
I am scared. Please do not leave me all alone in the woods.
Look, I need to get back to my own family too. Besides, aren't native elves generally safe living in this forest anyway? This girl is stubbornly refusing to let go of my shirt.
Wild beasts are only scared of adults, not helpless children. My parents always said that kids will get eaten by tree golems.
Okay, well, do you at least know how long it takes to reach your home?
I honestly do not know which direction my home is.
Just stay hidden right here behind this thick tree root. I will go gather some useful supplies for our long journey.
Okay, I will stay right here until you get back.
I salvaged whatever usable items remained inside the broken carriage. Neither of us knew exactly how long this perilous trek would take. We would easily stick out like sore thumbs riding in that fancy cart. And the forest hounds are already bleeding out anyway. I can only hope the elves have a way to send me home to Sapin. She looks surprisingly carefree playing with that glowing bug. I found these warm clothes inside the carriage for you to wear.
Thank you for bringing me these warm garments, Arthur.
Let us get you safely back home to your worried parents. As we walked, I got to learn much more about the elf child.
How did you end up stranded in the Elshire forest, Arthur?
It is a very long and complicated story to explain. Let us just say I got forcefully separated from my family.
Oh, so you came all the way from the distant human kingdom? Then is it true that all male humans are creepy perverts?
What? Who on earth taught you that ridiculous nonsense?
My grandpa told me human men always have multiple wives. I spend most of my time playing inside with my royal caretakers. Once I awaken my core, I will get a private magic mentor.
Look, I successfully caught us a fresh rabbit for tonight's dinner. Never mind me, I am just happily talking to myself over here. This roasted meat smells fantastic cooking over the open campfire.
Hey Arthur, will those bad guys ever try to find me again?
I promise you that they will never see the light of day again. We need to preserve our physical energy for tomorrow's long hike.
Are you sure you do not need to get some sleep too?
I will sit outside and keep a vigilant guard against wild beasts. I wanted to figure out what Sylvia's draconic will meant for my body. I hear quiet shifting noises coming from inside the fabric tent.
Grandpa said never to share a bed with a boy, but I won't tell.
It is perfectly fine. I am genuinely not that sleepy yet.
Okay, I will try to brave the darkness by myself.
Well, beasts are more likely to attack if they spot a kid alone.
Therefore, I propose you keep your guard inside the tent instead.
Right. Strictly for our mutual safety and continued protection.
Not because I am scared of the dark or anything like that.
Yeah, I got the message loud and clear. Just go to sleep. She stares blankly into the shadows with wide, fearful eyes. I gently grab her trembling hand to offer silent comfort. Her rapid breathing slowly calms down as she finally relaxes. We both drift off into a peaceful, desperately needed sleep. The bright morning sun filters warmly through the massive canopy. We awake refreshed and ready to continue our exhausting journey. We continued our hike through the indistinguishable forest surroundings. She stays close behind me as we safely navigate the rough terrain. Tessia is finally starting to open up and interact normally. I will admit my impatience was making me slightly moody today. A sudden sharp spike of foreign mana flares within my arm. I try my best to force a cheerful smile despite the sudden ache. The campfire brightly illuminates our temporary evening shelter. We quickly pitch the small tent before the sun completely sets. I hammer the wooden stakes firmly into the soft earth. Agonizing pains from my mana core strike me unpredictably. The searing heat forces me down onto my hands and knees. I tightly grit my teeth to keep from screaming out in pain.
Arthur, is everything okay? You look pale and sick.
Yeah, I am perfectly fine. I just tripped on a stray root. She looks deeply unconvinced by my poor attempt at lying. The quiet night sky offers a brief moment of peaceful respite. The shining stars briefly distract me from my heavy burdens. Another intense wave of pure agony violently ripples through my chest. I carefully crawl away from the sleeping girl to hide my struggling. The persistent internal pains continued to grow stronger each passing day. I forced bright smiles to keep her from constantly worrying about me, but it was becoming much harder to hide my deteriorating physical condition. A pack of wild hounds suddenly blocks our narrow forest path. I swiftly dispatch the aggressive beasts using my glowing mana blade.
Look over there, Art. I finally recognize that unique landmark.
My vision briefly blurs as another sharp pain hits my unstable core. Damn it, the painful episodes are coming much more frequently now. I stay securely hidden behind the tree so she doesn't notice my struggle. We quickly take shelter inside the small tent for the evening.
Here, wrap yourself up warmly in this thick blanket, Art.
The bright morning sun signals another grueling day of endless walking. Tessia happily recognizes more of our indistinguishable surroundings now. However, my physical pace had slowed significantly from the heavy toll.
Let me carry this heavy bag for a while. You look exhausted.
Despite actively strengthening my body with mana, my weak legs feel like lead. I stumble forward as my drained muscles completely give out.
Art, are you okay? Please tell me what is wrong.
I am fine. I just need a quick moment to catch my breath. I collapse into a deep, desperate sleep the moment we make camp.
So, I have been seriously thinking about something important today.
What is currently on your mind, Princess?
Since we are close friends now, can I officially call you Art?
I do not mind at all. Was that your big important question? You honestly had me worried over absolutely nothing just now. I'd be most honored that Tessia Erilith refers to me by Art, better than being a crybaby that cannot even pee by herself in the woods.
Shut up! You promised you would never mention that embarrassing moment again.
Okay, I surrender to your brutal, unprovoked physical assault.
Oh, I think I finally see something familiar up ahead in the mist.
Yes, I clearly see moss and leaves and trees. Lots of trees. Despite the significant mental age gap, we truly had gotten much closer. We rested peacefully together under the protective shade of a massive tree root. Tessia places her small hand gently against the solid ancient bark. She begins tapping the wood in a strange, precise, rhythmic pattern.
We are finally here, Art. Get ready for a big surprise. Come on, follow me directly inside the magical barrier.
The massive ancient tree slowly splits open to reveal a hidden passage. A brilliant, vibrant green light pours out from the newly formed entrance. The gateway pulsates with intense, ancient elven energy.
Welcome to my true home, the glorious kingdom of Elenoir.
I absolutely hate traveling through these nauseating teleportation gates.
Get up, sleepyhead. We finally made it safely across the border. Look down there. That is the royal capital city of my people.
We stand atop a grand balcony overlooking the massive underground cavern. I am completely speechless at the breathtaking scale of this hidden place. Pristine, that was the only descriptive word that came to my mind.
Look up at the teleportation gate. The royal princess has returned. By the great tree, she is actually alive and safe from harm.
A sudden burst of magical wind alerts us to incoming royal guards. Several figures rapidly ascend the high tower utilizing wind spells. They land gracefully on the stone platform right in front of us. The heavily armored royal guard immediately drops to one knee respectfully. Tessia steps slightly behind me, clearly overwhelmed by the sudden crowd.
Princess Tessia, we arrived as soon as the gate activated itself. We graciously welcome back the royal princess to Elenoir safely.
I knew she was a noble, but a literal royal princess.
Surprise! I told you my family was very important around here.
She gives me a cheeky little nod of confirmation.
The king and queen are rushing here right now as we speak.
My sweet baby, Tessia. Thank goodness you are perfectly okay.
Alduin and Mariel Erilith, the reigning king and queen of Elenoir. And Virian Erilith, the former king who boldly led the last war. His name is famously noted in every single human history book.
It is incredibly good to see you unharmed, my little one.
Grandpa, Mom, Dad, I missed you all so much.
They embrace tightly, crying tears of immense joy and relief. I wonder if my own parents will react exactly like this.
Thank you for saving my precious daughter, young human child. Please accompany us to the royal castle to recount your story.
I would be deeply honored to accept your royal invitation.
Come on, Art, do not be so stiff and formal now.
The former king closely observes my polite mannerisms with intense curiosity.
Let's go, there's a lot I want to show you inside.
She excitedly drags me toward the grand royal carriage. The majestic royal castle is built directly into a massive hanging stalactite. The interior architecture is stunningly elegant and beautifully lit throughout. What sort of corny romance novel did I wind up inside?
Maids, please get our honorable guest washed up and properly rested.
Thank you, Your Highness, but I would like to explain everything first. The royal couple exchanges a highly surprised glance at my maturity. We gather in a grand meeting room to discuss the recent events.
Let us hear the full story of how you rescued my granddaughter.
I sit nervously across from the most powerful elves in the continent. My name is Arthur Lewin, from a humble town in Sapin. It is a profound honor to be in the presence of royalty.
You are remarkably well-educated and mature for a human commoner, Arthur.
I proceeded to recount a carefully edited version of my journey. It wasn't a complete lie, just a very convenient half-truth.
Slave traders. I should have known it was greedy human scum.
Without any disrespect meant toward your majesty, King Alduin, slave trading is a despicable profession, not an entire human race. The royal guard immediately draws his weapon at my bold insolence.
Stand down, guard. Let the brave boy finish his piece. So you saw these armed slavers take my granddaughter, and what then?
I used my magic to eliminate the threats and successfully rescue her.
How dare you spout such obvious lies in front of the king?
I said stand down. Do not not test my patience today, God.
Yes, Elder Virion. I sincerely apologize for my sudden outburst.
Regardless of whether your guards choose to believe my story or not, Princess Tessia has been safely returned to her proper home. All I wish for now is to return back to my family.
You are going to leave already, Art? But you just arrived.
While we are grateful, allowing a human here breaks our ancient traditions.
Virion silently strokes his chin, lost in deep, calculating thought. Knowing your history, I do not expect to stay here long anyway. My only priority right now is ensuring my family knows I survived. The old man's piercing gaze never leaves my small figure.
You have taken the immense trouble to bring her all the way back.
And for that noble deed, you are entitled to a befitting reward.
Unfortunately, the teleportation gate to Sapine is restricted for another 5 years.
5 years? I cannot possibly wait that long to see them.
However, we will prepare an elite guard escort for you tomorrow morning. I'd also like to extend our hospitality while you remain here.
Please make yourself completely at home for tonight, young Arthur.
Thank you for your generous hospitality, King and Queen Aerolith. The maids escort me to a ridiculously lavish, sparkling guest bedroom. The sharp pain in my core flares up aggressively once again. I am way too exhausted to deal with this massive bathtub right now. The warm water gently washes away weeks of accumulated forest grime. The burning sensation in my sternum is steadily getting much worse. Damn it! My legs completely gave out from the intense magical strain. I slowly drag myself to the plush couch to rest my body. I do not know what to do about this sudden pain, Sylvia. Someone knocks loudly on my heavy wooden bedroom door.
Why were you talking so coldly to my parents earlier?
She violently tackles me onto the couch with surprising physical force.
And now you are already planning to leave me tomorrow morning.
I was being respectful because they are the rulers of this kingdom.
Teehee, you should have just treated them like normal people. I genuinely do not want you to leave me so soon, Art.
I am glad you consider me your first real friend, Tessia.
Come on, crybaby. I want to show you around the royal castle. This grand corridor is probably my favorite place in the entire palace. If you stayed until spring, you could see all these flowers bloom. At least you are able to safely see the glow bees harvesting nectar. It is incredibly pretty out here in the garden, right, Art?
She gently hands me one of the small, glowing, magical insects. A sharp projectile suddenly flies directly toward my unprotected head. I firmly yank Tessia behind me to shield her from the attack. I flawlessly catch the blunt wooden practice sword in midair. I immediately dash forward to confront the hidden, unseen attacker. I deliver a solid mana-infused punch toward the dark, looming figure. The mysterious assailant easily catches my small fist with one hand.
Hello there, little brat. You have excellent reflexes for a human.
What the hell? Did you just try to kill your own granddaughter? I was completely tricked into attacking an old man with a toy.
To think you would casually catch my present and attack me with it. Your mana usage is mediocre, but your combat instincts are remarkably sharp.
Grandpa, stop physically teasing Art right now. He is tired.
You should perfectly know why I came out here to test him.
Why did he suddenly decide to launch an ambush against me?
It has been a long while since I met someone this interesting. Here, take this second wooden blade and defend yourself properly.
I grab the hilt firmly and immediately swing with lethal intent. My wooden sword arcs sharply toward his exposed shoulder joint.
Grandpa, please watch out for his sudden magical sword strike.
He casually steps backward to effortlessly dodge my heavy swing.
You truly are a scary little brat to attack me without hesitation.
I drop my combat stance low and prepare for his inevitable counterattack. I channel ambient mana directly into my wooden weapon for maximum durability. I launch a massive downward cleave to break his defensive guard. He easily deflects my heavy blow using his bare, reinforced forearm. His physical augmentation is leagues above any standard human technique.
Take this simple physical strike and learn your proper place, boy.
His glowing fist strikes my frail guard with the force of a battering ram. I narrowly duck underneath his devastating follow-up right hook. He launches a sweeping kick that forces me to hastily retreat backward. Our reinforced limbs violently clash in the middle of the garden pathway. The sheer kinetic recoil sends me skidding roughly across the smooth stone floor. I quickly stab my blade into the ground to halt my backward momentum. I unleash a rapid flurry of precise, glowing mana strikes. He playfully swats away every single attack with embarrassing physical ease, even with utilizing my mana to minimize movements. I cannot breach his defense. His wooden blade ruthlessly smacks my ribs and shoulders repeatedly. He suddenly vanishes and reappears directly inside my unprotected blind spot. I turn around just in time to face his sweeping magical strike. His arrogant posture just left a tiny, crucial opening near his front leg. I drop low to the ground and ruthlessly sweep his foot out from under him. He casually catches his balance with one hand and easily flips away from danger. I launch myself high into the air to gain a tactical height advantage. I use rapid rotation gravitational momentum to drastically accelerate my downward descent. My glowing blade merely grazes his forehead, leaving a tiny red mark on his skin. I land safely and plant my training sword firmly into the soft garden grass. The intense physical exhaustion finally catches up, sending me tumbling face first into the dirt.
What the hell is going on here between you two?
It seems like I rightfully deserve this minor scratch for being overly arrogant.
You are a massive bully, Grandpa. He is just a little kid. Let us see how you like it when someone violently pinches you.
Haha, if I went any easier on him, he would have bullied me. However, you should feel highly honored by my next official offer. Cancel your trip home immediately. You are going to become my personal disciple.
Eh? What are you talking about, Grandpa? He has to go home.
Use this first aid kit to patch your bruises. Now, do you agree?
Are you actually being serious right now, you crazy old man?
It is strictly forbidden for humans to stay, but no one will cross me. I can properly teach you ancient magic that human mages cannot even fathom.
I cannot stay here when I do not even know if my parents are alive.
What if I offer a way for you to safely communicate with them tomorrow? Get Tessia washed up and into bed. We will talk more tomorrow. I realize I am being impatient, but I sensed something troubling during our spar.
How did you know about the agonizing pain residing inside my chest?
More concerning is that you have absolutely no idea what a beast will is.
Beast will? I immediately thought back to Sylvia forcibly striking my core.
A mana beast powerful enough to be classed as A rank or higher gains the unique ability to pass their magic down to a chosen host.
The fact that you know this, do you actively possess one too?
Yes, I am what the ancient elves proudly call a beast tamer.
A rare title obtained only after fully conquering the monstrous entity within you.
Doing a long, strenuous journey right now comes at a grave physical risk. The power from your inherited beast will is far too potent for your body.
What exactly happens if I cannot naturally control it soon enough? The inherited will act like a parasitic entity ruthlessly devouring its host.
The overwhelming power you obtained will violently destroy your body from the inside out.
The terrifying reality of my fragile situation finally sinks into my racing mind. I toss and turn in bed, haunted by the crushing weight of my new reality. What is this heavy, suffocating sensation? Violently pressing down on my fragile soul. The massive expectations placed on me are manifesting directly in my troubled sleep.
Wakey, wakey, Art! It is a beautiful morning outside right now.
Not now, annoying shadow monster. Give me 5 more precious minutes of sleep.
Who are you calling a monster, you silly bedhead? Your hair looks hilarious. Grandpa told me you are officially staying here. Is that actually true, Art?
Ouch! Please stop violently pinching my bare stomach right now. Let me shower and get ready. Please leave my room immediately, Tessia.
Ew, how perverted. Grandpa was right about you dirty human boys.
I silently walk down the stairs toward the heated argument.
I know it is not appropriate for a human to reside within this kingdom. I will always be grateful, but allowing a human to stay goes against our traditions.
I have taken a liking to the brat, so there is no need to say more. Besides, your daughter seems to approve of my final decision as well.
Father, I ask that you please reconsider this reckless course of action.
Enough. He will be under my direct guidance from now on.
The argument concludes as I calmly descend the remaining marble steps. It looks like the elder really can be trusted after all.
You are late, brat. We should hurry up and leave immediately.
The royal carriage smoothly carries us deeper into the Elven territory. So how much longer do we have left to go, Gramps?
Gramps, eh? Well, aren't you awfully comfortable with me now?
We will just have to see how today goes with your mysterious friend.
She woke up early today, constantly bugging me about you. Is that right, you sleepy little princess?
I let her rest her exhausted head against my shoulder.
Being the only princess of this kingdom caused her to grow up lonely. In the short time I have seen her with you, she has shown genuine happiness. For bringing that bright smile back to my granddaughter, I thank you.
The gentle rocking of the carriage lulls us into a peaceful silence. The wooden wheels finally grind to a halt on the stone path.
Huh? Did I fall asleep? Are we finally here?
Wake up, you two. We have arrived at our destination.
We approach a humble home built directly into the grassy hillside. This simple wooden door seems out of place for a royal associate. I wonder who this friend is to make the former king travel so far. Varian aggressively raises his heavy boot toward the sturdy entrance.
We are here, you old witch. Come out right now.
The heavy wooden door violently swings open before he can strike it.
My ears still work perfectly fine, you miserable old grouch.
Arthur, this is Renia Darkasson, an old friend and a special deviant.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Elder Renia.
We haven't got all day now, so stop standing outside and and come in.
Being a deviant means she is fundamentally similar to my mother, a rare mage whose magic does not fall into the 4 basic elemental categories. My apologies for sounding impatient, but Gramps said your magic can help me reach my parents.
Gramps, huh? I see you have developed a soft spot for the boy. Virian, I am what is called a diviner, and I am quite capable with my magic. I know that you are very special, Arthur Lewin. These ancient eyes have seen profound pieces of both your past and your future.
My heart skips a beat as she peers directly into my reincarnated soul.
But you are here to let your parents know you are alive, right? Lean forward and keep your eyes focused entirely on the basin of water. Focus on the image of your parents as clearly and detailed as possible.
Mom, with her glowing auburn hair and warm, sun-kissed complexion. Dad, with his strong blue gaze and goofy smile that brightens the dullest days. I squeeze my eyes shut and pray to the heavens that they survived. The dark water suddenly shimmers with a vibrant magical energy. Glowing purple particles slowly reveal a distant, familiar scene. A warm pot of stew is placed onto a simple wooden dining table.
The dinner is finally ready, Reynolds. Dig in.
My father slowly scoops up a hearty portion of the savory meal.
This beef stew looks amazing, Alice. What is the special occasion today?
Nothing like that. It has just been a while since I cooked for you.
They quietly hold hands, sharing a heavy burden of unspoken grief. I can clearly see the sorrow lingering in my mother's tearful eyes.
This used to be yours and Arthur's favorite dish to eat.
What was that, honey? I didn't quite hear you.
It is nothing, Ray. Just eat your food while it is warm.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Can you hear my voice right now? They both freeze in place, their eyes widening in complete disbelief. It is me, your son. It is Arthur. The metal spoon slips right out of my father's trembling hand. It clatters loudly against the stone bowl, spilling stew onto the table. You are probably surprised that you are hearing my voice inside your head, huh? I will explain all that complicated magic later, but for now, I just want you both to know that I am alive and safe. I managed to survive the terrible fall off the cliff, just barely. I know the painful aftermath of the bandit ambush must have been hard. The devastating guilt of losing me must have crushed your spirits. This should be kept a secret, but I am staying with the elves in Elenoir. I know the brutal journey to Zyrus City must have been a grueling nightmare. The raw anger and despair nearly tore our family apart. It has been hard for me too, but I am so glad you are both okay. I hope you guys do not blame each other for what happened that day. It was nobody's fault but those filthy, ruthless slave traders. My father silently lowers his head, tears streaming down his scarred face. I am proud of what I did back then to protect you. If I could somehow go back in time, I would proudly do it all over again, even if it meant I would inevitably fall and die to save you. They hold each other tightly, weeping openly at the sound of my voice. I wish I could simply run to you guys, but that might be a little hard right now. It seems I have a sort of magical illness that I need to get treated here first. The ancient Elven kingdom is the only place that can heal my strained core. I see them arriving at the glowing massive gates of a grand human city. I am not in any immediate danger, but I must get treated before I head back home. The brave twin horns safely escorted them the rest of the perilous way. I am not sure when the next time I can securely reach out like this will be. Just know that I am constantly thinking about our happy family. I will definitely reunite with you in the human kingdom soon. There is a powerful mage here that is a unique deviant just like you, Mom. Please live happily until the day I finally return to your loving arms. She is the one that is actively allowing you guys to hear my voice. I will continue practicing my magic while I stay here and properly recover. I promise that I will grow strong enough to protect all of you. The brave twin horns proudly stand at attention alongside my grieving parents. Do not be surprised if I can beat you in a sparring match next time.
You better grow strong enough to surpass us seasoned adventurers, kid.
Until that fateful day arrives, please stay safe. I know that Mom is safely carrying my unborn sibling right now. Please take good care of Mom and the new baby for me. I will eagerly await the glorious day we can finally reunite as a family.
We love you so much, Arthur. Please come back to us safely. We will be waiting right here in Zyrus City for you.
We will keep you safely in our daily prayers, my sweet baby boy. Please just stay safe and healthy while you are away from us. My precious little Art is actually alive and well.
I love you both so much. Take care until I get back. The magical connection slowly fades away into the dark, rippling water. I let out a long, heavy sigh of immense relief over the basin.
You did exceptionally well, holding back those emotional tears, my brave little disciple.
We quickly returned to the grand royal Elven palace to rest.
We have been patiently waiting for your swift return, young human.
I will happily escort you the rest of the way, Art.
I must formally apologize for my earlier hostility toward you upon your arrival. It seems that years of ruling a kingdom has made me old-fashioned and stubborn. I truly am eternally grateful for everything you have bravely done for us.
Please accept our sincere apology and consider this beautiful palace your own home.
You are my daughter's savior and my father's very first disciple. Let me officially welcome you to Elenoir once again, properly this time.
I am genuinely thankful for your warm hospitality and acceptance, King Alduin. I firmly shake the reigning king's hand with respectful, practiced grace. I will do my absolute best to honor your ancient royal customs.
If you are truly sorry to Arthur, then let us go play outside in the city.
She excitedly dragged me straight down the Grand Palace steps toward the markets.
Come on, Art. There's so many amazing things I want to show you.
The bustling underground Elven city is a spectacular sight to witness. It is fully packed with unique merchants and glowing magical items. Oh, I am so sorry for bumping into you on the busy street.
Gross! I just got filthy human germs all over my expensive robes.
What the hell is your sudden major problem, you arrogant brat?
Just because Elder Virion favors you a bit, do you think you belong here?
I think I will playfully poke his massive aristocratic ego a little bit.
Princess Tessia, it is far beneath your royal level to associate with this human commoner.
Let me just craft the perfect sarcastic response to his rude introduction. Gasp! You are the famous Faerith Ivysaur that everyone keeps talking about.
Wait, what did you just call me? It is pronounced of Sar, you ignorant fool!
Yes, I am clearly far too ignorant to recognize such a magnificent genius. This lowly bug will surely remember to give you the proper respect from now on. Now, if you will excuse us, the princess and I have important business elsewhere.
Stop right there! Do not dare turn your back on me! Do you honestly think I didn't easily see through your blatant sarcasm?
So the blonde kid is actually not quite as dense as I originally thought.
For the grand pride of the noble Ivsar house, I demand satisfaction! I formally challenge you to a magical duel right here on the street!
What the actual hell is wrong with the kids in this strange kingdom?
You may be of noble blood, but you should still respectfully know your place, Faerith.
My father specifically taught me to never let anyone carelessly trample on my pride. Accept this honorable duel or retreat with your primate tail tucked between your legs.
Is challenging a stranger to a duel actually considered a serious thing around here?
I will confidently take your cowardly silence as an official acceptance of my challenge.
This arrogant kid is taking his noble status way too seriously right now.
If you both insist on fighting, then I will officiate this duel. Let the honorable match officially begin right now, Rebirth.
Prepare to be thoroughly humiliated by my superior magical prowess, human named Arthur. My incredible magical speed is far beyond anything your primitive eyes can track!
I casually stick my foot out to gracefully trip his clumsy, predictable charge. The great noble genius aggressively faceplants straight into the hard cobblestone street.
I knew this embarrassing outcome was inevitably going to happen to him.
I gently grab Tessia's hand to leave before he can recover his lost dignity.
Let us run away before he starts loudly crying again.
I genuinely could not help but appreciate this cheerful little princess more and more. We spent the rest of the peaceful afternoon quietly browsing the grand Elven library. Reading these historical texts was refreshing and allowed me to clear my troubled mind. The vibrant local marketplace was another wonderful distraction from my lingering grief. We happily pointed out all the strange trinkets being sold at the merchant stalls. We finally returned to the Grand Royal Palace as the sun began to set.
Your intense physical training starts tomorrow, right? Are you feeling nervous at all?
I am incredibly eager to finally push my own magical limits to the maximum.
I am not sure how you were taught before, but my lessons will not be easy. The grueling assimilation process has often been compared to submerging your body in boiling tar. You will be stuck here in this foreign land without the warm comfort of your family. But if you can miraculously endure the intense pain, the payoff will be enormous. Are you truly up for this monumental challenge, you cocky little brat?
I am genuinely excited to finally begin this vital phase of my training. The training, growing stronger, and eventually seeing my parents again. I welcome it all. I simply cannot wait to discover what the vast future has in store for me.
Wake up right now, sleepyhead. It is time to get out of bed. You need to wake up before you are horribly late for your morning training. Go! Why did you forcefully grab my fragile ankle like that, you jerk?
Can't you find a gentler, more peaceful way to wake me up in the morning, Tess?
It is not my fault you completely ignored me when I asked you nicely. You should feel incredibly grateful that such a pretty girl is waking you up.
I personally find the hardworking palace maids here to be plenty pretty on their own. Just give it a rest already, you annoying, loud little princess.
It took you 2 slowpokes long enough to finally arrive at the courtyard. Let us get you both properly ready for today's intense magical lesson. There are 4 basic elemental affinities, alongside their significantly more complex higher forms. Mages capable of utilizing elements like ice, gravity, and lightning are proudly called deviants. Dwarves naturally possess a much higher innate affinity to manipulate earth and fire elements. Elves are strictly limited to utilizing the water, wind, and earth elements naturally. Humans possess the unique, versatile ability to manipulate any of the 4 basic elements. There exists a subtle, ancient power balance between our 3 distinct continental races. Was that comprehensive, magical explanation clear enough for your tiny human brain to grasp? I suppose that covers the fundamental magical theories for today's lecture.
Your incredibly long lecture was barely possible for a wise former king.
I have a very important question regarding Arthur's unusual training regime. Wouldn't it be better to have him physically train his body while using magic like me?
I already knew the rigorous answer to that specific question from my past studies. The fundamental differences in our magical races have become obvious over these past 3 years. It wasn't overly surprising for talented elven children to officially awaken their cores at 10. The destructive physical evidence of a volatile awakening was undeniable in her ruined bedroom. For Tessia, her magical core awakening happened even earlier, at the tender age of 9.
Are you just stubbornly angry that you are the only one getting physically beaten during training?
She has been rigorously training her conjuring skills alongside practicing brutal hand-to-hand combat.
Arthur has spent these 3 grueling years fusing his bones and muscles directly with pure mana.
If his body is so tough now, then why does he constantly cry when I hit him?
Seems like 3 solid years of fusion hasn't been enough to sap away your boundless energy.
I am fully ready to take the next critical step in my magical evolution.
Good. After today, you will be a true masterful beast tamer. I am going to forcefully ignite your mana core by inserting a massive amount of my own mana.
This searing agony feels significantly worse than just being a little bit warm. The volatile magical energy explodes outward from my compressed core.
The immense shockwave violently slammed my entire body directly into the solid stone wall.
Gah! The sudden magical blast forcibly knocked me right off my feet.
What in the world is happening to the boy's turbulent mana core right now?
Art, please tell me you are okay after that massive explosion.
My entire body feels dangerously numb, but I think I am perfectly fine.
I know you have your hidden reasons, but what sort of beast gave its will to you?
The generous mentor who saved my fragile life was a majestic dragon.
A dragon? You managed to acquire the ancient will of a real dragon. Dear Lord, I actually just finished training a real, authentic dragon tamer.
I slowly opened my heavy eyes to the familiar sight of my soft canopy bed.
How is your fragile physical body feeling after that intense magical awakening? I deeply apologize for losing my royal composure and acting completely crazy earlier.
Good. I can trust you guys to keep my draconic will a strict secret, right?
Of course, we will keep your secret safely hidden from the dangerous outside world.
Are you actually serious? I thought I was stuck here for another 2 grueling years.
An interracial tournament amongst the 3 kingdoms has finally been officially confirmed.
I can finally return home to my beloved family so much sooner than expected. Is this why Tess isn't here? So you can privately tell me this news?
I know you have been magically checking on your family, but you will finally see them in person.
4 months still feels like an agonizingly long time to wait to see them again.
Now that you've finished your assimilation, I will make your daily training even harder. Get some proper rest. I will break the sad news of your departure to Tessia gently.
4 long months of brutal training before I can finally leave this place. I carelessly tossed my dirty clothes onto the dark leather couch near the window. The strange iridescent stone suddenly fell directly from my hidden pocket onto the floor. A massive glowing fracture violently splits the smooth surface of the ancient relic. Oh no, did I accidentally break Sylvia's precious magical stone by dropping it? The glowing magical fissures are rapidly spreading across the entire hardened exterior. A blinding, vibrant light suddenly erupts directly from the deep, widening cracks. That beautiful iridescent iridescent stone was actually a dormant dragon egg this entire time? The hard shell finally shatters completely to reveal the mysterious creature hiding inside. A tiny, sharp black horn playfully pokes through the glowing shell fragments. The small, shadowy creature vigorously shakes the lingering magical dust off its smooth scales. The terrifying, mythical beast lets out a surprisingly adorable, high-pitched yawn on the floor. I am speechless at the tiny creature sitting adorably on my bedroom floor. It possesses the distinct leathery wings and sharp horns of a miniature black dragon. This precious little life is the very last lingering trace of Sylvia's noble legacy. The fragile beast feels incredibly warm and comfortably soft against my bare hands.
Q, are you my brand new mommy?
You are actually a majestic, terrifying dragon, right? You are just too incredibly cute for a legendary beast. Ouch! You little rascal just sharply bit my bare forearm.
Q, that tasted very yummy, mama.
Shh, you have to stay absolutely quiet so the palace guards do not hear us. Wait a minute, what is this strange dark tattoo permanently etched into my skin?
Q, I proudly gave you that special matching mark, Papa.
Did this tiny creature just clearly call me Mama inside my own head?
Q, you are definitely my loving mama.
Who exactly is projecting these innocent thoughts directly into my mind?
Mama, please playfully rub my soft tummy right now.
You can actually communicate telepathically with me, you clever little beast. I am a human boy, so you should respectfully call me Papa instead. The little dragon purrs happily as I gently stroke her smooth, scaly head. I think I will lovingly call you Sylvie after your brave mother. You enthusiastically responded, so you clearly must love your beautiful new name. It seems like this dark tattoo mark isn't as simple as it initially looks. It feels like this magical symbol is actually deeply connecting me to the little dragon. I am only 8 years old and I already have a tattoo and an adopted daughter. I really am quite the rebellious teenager in this second life. I comfortably drifted off to sleep with my new daughter securely resting on my chest.
Yeah! There's a terrifying monster casually sleeping on your chest, Arthur.
Huh? What? Who is blindly screaming inside my room at this hour?
Who is this adorable little creature? It is so incredibly cute.
It is barely even dawn outside my window right now, Tess. Please just give me back my peaceful, beautiful sleep for 5 more precious minutes.
So you can actually communicate with her using your mind through that magical mark?
She would probably like you more if you entirely stopped staring at her like a hungry predator.
Gramps, come quickly and see Arthur's brand new adorable pet.
Elder Virion sharply squints his ancient eyes at the tiny black lizard perched on my head.
Be brat, that's an actual newborn dragon on your head. I am going to tragically die early if I keep getting shocked by you like this.
I slowly explained to Virion exactly how the mysterious egg finally hatched in my private room. We concluded she finally hatched solely because I fully activated Sylvia's will yesterday.
You should be perfectly safe, just casually passing her off as a uniquely rare mana beast. We previously held back on strengthening your mana core to ensure your body assimilated the will safely. But now that you have fully awoken, we must rigorously train both your core and your dragon will.
What exactly do I need to do to master this new power, Master?
I found that the best way to access the very first stage of your inherited beast will is to constantly engage in brutal, uncompromising physical combat against a superior opponent.
That highly straightforward training method makes perfect logical sense to me.
Then fighting a fellow veteran beast tamer will naturally rapidly accelerate your combat growth even further.
A massive suffocating wave of dark mana violently erupts from the Elder's frail body.
Now prepare yourself to fiercely battle against the terrifying peak of Elven combat magic.
Beast tamers are incredibly rare mages capable of harnessing unique monstrous abilities inherited from powerful beasts. The second stage, known as the integrate phase, allows a skilled mage to physically utilize those combat characteristics. Virion could flawlessly utilize the deadly, silent, magical prowess of an ancient shadow panther.
Pay close attention to my movements while I swiftly sneak up behind you.
Is he arrogantly saying he can successfully sneak up on me even after openly warning me? His dark physical form vanishes into thin air without making a single sound. He is incredibly fast. I barely registered him casually tapping my exposed shoulder from behind. My sharp combat instincts completely failed to detect his stealthy magical approach. I violently spin around, desperately searching for his hidden, lingering magical presence in the clearing. A massive, terrifying dark claw ominously looms directly over my unprotected back. I completely surrender. I cannot even partially react to your absurd physical speed at this current level. Even when you were standing directly behind me, I couldn't feel your magical presence at all.
Shadow panthers are able to instinctually manipulate both wind and sound to easily achieve this stealthy effect. I think I have proudly bullied you enough with my overwhelmingly superior abilities for today. What say we actually start properly training your combat reflexes now, my eager disciple?
Days quickly passed for me as I became completely immersed in the harsh, rewarding training regimen. Under Virian's strict tutelage, I successfully managed to safely access the very first stage of my draconic will. The rigorous physical assimilation previously allowed my youthful body to seamlessly endure his constant, brutal combat conditioning. And on my downtime, I spent as much time as I could embracing the simple joys of childhood. I genuinely felt truly happy spending these carefree, warm days together with the lovely princess, until the somber day of my scheduled departure finally came for us. Spending every single day together made breaking the sad news of my departure that much harder on Tessia. She locked herself away in her dark bedroom, stubbornly refusing to openly accept my inevitable exit. Like I heavily suspected, the pristine dragon feather acts as a perfect magical concealment tool for the mark. Grandma Sylvia's feather works flawlessly at hiding the dense magical presence of Sylvie's bond mark.
Are you completely ready to confidently face the outside world again, my stubborn disciple? It is finally time to go, Arthur. Your royal carriage is patiently waiting for you outside. Hold on to this valuable item tightly while you travel through the foggy border. This royal medallion is intricately adorned with our family crest to safely help you navigate the treacherous fog. Or you can always just recklessly find another lost elven princess to lead you safely back here.
You are incredibly insensitive, Grandpa. Stop cruelly teasing him right before he leaves us.
With Gramps diligently teaching you, I fully expect you to be far stronger than me next time we meet. The sad princess silently nods her silver head in quiet, reluctant agreement with my bold challenge. I am going to severely miss your bright company, Tess. Please stay safe. She tightly wrapped her trembling arms around my neck in a desperate, emotional final embrace. Her warm tears silently soaked into the thick fabric of my traveling tunic.
I'm going to miss you so much too, Art. Please do not ever forget about me.
I proudly wave goodbye to my beloved Elven family as I board the grand royal carriage.
Well, look who it is. Did the human brat finally get kicked out of the pristine Elven kingdom?
Are you actually joining me on this long diplomatic journey to the human kingdom, Faerith?
You ruined my noble pride by unfairly striking me before I could cast my magnificent spell!
Your name was Ivysaur, right? The famous little plant monster?
I am Faerith of Sar III, the absolute proudest magical genius of my prestigious noble family.
I firmly grab his shaking hand to hold his embarrassing loud temper tantrum inside the carriage. It is genuinely good to see you again. I am sorry for ruthlessly bullying you back then. The arrogant blonde elf awkwardly nods, his pale cheeks slightly flushing red from my sudden earnest apology.
You can just casually call him Feifei, exactly like the rest of us in the palace do.
Please do not ever tell this human peasant that embarrassing nickname of mine!
I quietly smiled as the lively carriage carried us swiftly toward the bustling human kingdom. The massive magical portals hummed violently as our heavy carriage smoothly passed through the chaotic spatial rift. We have successfully arrived at the grand, towering gates of the floating human capital, Zyrus City. This is the exact sprawling metropolis where Mom and Dad safely relocated to. The majestic floating city is a bustling hub of advanced human commerce and powerful magic. Heavily armed mercenaries confidently patrol the busy cobblestone streets, alongside wealthy traveling merchants. I nervously approach the massive iron gates of the prestigious Helsti noble estate. The overwhelming anxiety of finally reuniting with my family makes my legs feel incredibly heavy. I slowly climb the pristine white marble steps leading up to the heavy front double doors. It has been several long, painful years since I last heard their warm, loving voices. We are finally back home, Sylvie. Are you ready to meet my human family? I firmly wrap my small knuckles against the solid, polished wooden door. I had nearly died in that terrifying fall off the rocky mountain ridge. I had deeply lost someone incredibly important to me during my time in that dark cave. I had ruthlessly killed vicious bandits to ensure the survival of those I cherished. But none of my past bloody battles were as completely nerve-wracking as this specific moment. I nervously swallow the thick, dry lump forming painfully in my tight throat. I hear a cheerful little girl's voice rapidly approaching the heavy wooden entrance.
Oh my, how may I humbly assist you today, polite young gentleman?
My name is Arthur Lewin. I was informed that my family currently resides within this manor. A tiny, curious toddler cautiously peeks out from behind the old maid's heavy skirt.
Eleanor Lewin, I have been searching the entire house for you. What did I explicitly say about cautiously greeting strangers who knock on the door?
Her expensive ceramic bowl violently shatters against the hard stone floor. Eleanor Lewin, is this tiny toddler actually my brand new little sister? Wait, I need to greet the woman who gave birth to me first. Hi, Mom. I'm finally back home safely.
Arthur, my beautiful precious baby boy has finally returned to me.
She crashes into me, wrapping her trembling, desperate arms tightly around my small frame.
I knew that voice projection was really you. My sweet baby is finally home.
Mama, please do not cry so loudly right now. You are seriously scaring me.
Heavy, frantic footsteps echo loudly down the Grand Manor hallway. My father desperately sprints around the corner with a terrified, hopeful expression on his face.
Oh my God, Arthur, my brave son is actually standing right there.
He completely ignores basic manners and recklessly charges straight toward our emotional embrace.
Arthur! I thought I would never see your face again.
His massive, muscular arms envelop both my mother and me in a crushing, protective bear hug. I am finally back where I truly belong, safely surrounded by my loving parents.
Are you feeling perfectly okay? Has your mysterious magical illness been completely treated by those elves?
You do not need to constantly worry about my physical health anymore, Mom.
Ellie, come over here right now and say hello to your big brother.
This is my big brother from all those bedtime stories.
Yes, sweetie, this is the brave brother Mommy and Daddy always tell you about.
The shy little girl cautiously peers at me from behind the plush velvet couch.
Hello there, my big brother.
Hello, Elenoir. It is so incredibly nice to finally meet you, sister. I deliberately chose to omit Sylvia's tragic sacrifice from my survival story to protect her ancient legacy.
And what exactly is the deal with this tiny, scaly little friend of yours?
I found her orphaned in a dangerous mana beast den and have been raising her ever since.
Are you absolutely sure there's no chance of you getting that magical illness again?
It was mostly just physical instability from awkwardly awakening my mana core so early in life. I genuinely feel bad for keeping crucial secrets from them, but it is necessary for their safety.
That reminds me, what specific stage is your magical mana core currently sitting at right now? What is wrong with proudly comparing our magical growth after all these years apart? After we safely arrived here, I started working as the combat instructor for the Hellsteer auction guards.
Oh, so it wasn't just your messy facial hair that rapidly grew while I was away?
Your tough old man officially broke through 2 years ago and proudly entered the dark orange stage.
Wow, you have definitely gotten bulkier, but I didn't expect you to break through to the next stage. Given that ridiculous, boastful pose, perhaps he did not work quite as hard as I initially assumed.
I clearly see that you are highly impressed by your old man's massive gains, Arthur.
I am currently sitting at the light red stage, Dad.
Light red stage? Holy shit, how did an 8-year-old surpass my own core?
That is truly amazing, Arthur. But Reynolds, dear, what did I explicitly say about using foul language in front of our impressionable daughter?
Are you genuinely at the light red stage right now? How is that even physically possible? Forget the boring explanations. We are moving to the backyard to spar right now.
I cheerfully laughed at my father's bruised ego, while my mother disappointedly rubbed her tired temples. It really is wonderful to finally be back home with my chaotic family.
I sincerely hope you are properly prepared, Arthur. I am much stronger than I was before.
I confidently clench my small fist, eager to properly test my newly acquired draconic enhancements. My father heavily steps forward, confidently assuming his standard aggressive combat stance on the grass.
Reynolds, I just delightfully heard the miraculous news that your missing son is actually alive. What in the world is going on out here in my backyard right now?
The wealthy master of the manor suddenly bursts through the back doors with his stunned family. So these are the generous, noble people that have been safely housing my displaced family.
Arthur, this noble gentleman is Vincent Hellsteer, my generous employer and old adventuring friend.
It is a profound pleasure to finally meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Hellsteer.
Wow, are you absolutely certain this incredibly polite child is directly related to your loud husband, Alice?
It is wonderful to finally meet you, Arthur. Please become good friends with our daughter, Lilia.
Thank you so much for graciously allowing me to stay in your beautiful home. The little girl immediately clutches her chest, completely mesmerized by Sylvie's overwhelming cuteness.
Right. Arthur and I were just about to head outside for a rigorous father-son sparring match.
Oh, you two are planning on aggressively sparring in my pristine garden. Wait a minute, did you just say you are sparring against your tiny 8-year-old son? They really are taking up combat stances against each other right now.
The small audience gathers near the patio to curiously watch our impromptu magical duel. My father confidently stretches his muscular arms, preparing his fiery magical aura for combat. I casually drop into a loose, relaxed stance, actively analyzing his predictable physical movements.
Please do not accidentally hurt him too badly, Reynolds. He just got back home today.
The girls nervously watch from the sturdy stone steps, safely holding onto my adorable dragon.
Your husband cannot possibly be serious about that tiny boy genuinely possessing a light red core, right?
I am quite surprised as well, but Arthur has always been an exceptionally fast learner.
Even the snobby genius brats admitted into Zyrus Academy are barely at the dark red stage.
I guess I shouldn't mention that my core progression was severely delayed by the draconic assimilation.
I hope you are thoroughly prepared, Arthur. I am not the exact same man I was back then.
Neither am I, Dad. Prepare to face the harsh results of my elven training. He rapidly closes the wide distance between us with a sudden, explosive burst of magical speed. His heavy, augmented fist violently clashes against my quickly reinforced forearm guard. He arrogantly smirks, clearly underestimating the raw density of my superior magical reinforcement. I effortlessly deflect his predictable sweeping kick and swiftly counter with a precise palm strike. My foot smoothly slides across the slick grass, perfectly maintaining my low center of gravity. He aggressively launches a heavy right hook, completely missing my rapidly shifting physical form. I easily grab his extended wrist and roughly toss his massive body over my shoulder. He expertly catches his balance mid-air and firmly plants his heavy boots into the dirt. He immediately retaliates with a devastating, wide, sweeping blow aimed directly at my unprotected ribs. I gracefully backflip away from danger, safely landing several yards away from his physical reach. So, what do you think of my vastly improved evasion techniques, old man?
Not bad at all. I will openly admit that you completely caught me off guard just now. But your old man is going to get entirely serious about this match now.
He violently slams his armored fists together, causing dangerous magical sparks to aggressively fly outward.
This is a neat little trick I safely learned after I broke through into the dark orange stage.
Normal mages possess strictly limited elemental affinities, requiring highly expensive testing to discover their true path. Conjurers inherently possess the innate advantage of easily manifesting their elements directly into the atmosphere. Augmenters must painfully cross a massive magical threshold before they can physically manifest their elements externally. It took my father decades of grueling combat experience to finally manifest his explosive fire magic. But in my previous world, controlling elements wasn't a strict destiny decided at birth. My deep fundamental understanding of raw elemental manipulation vastly eclipsed any standard magical theory here. I had spent an entire grueling lifetime mastering the devastating flow of pure combat energy. Anyone could theoretically wield multiple elements if they dedicated enough grueling hard work to the practice. All of my unique past advantages perfectly culminated into this singular, shocking moment of revelation. The wealthy noble family stares in horrified disbelief at my rapidly gathering magical aura. I gracefully learned a very dangerous new elemental trick while I was away too, Dad. Violent, erratic streaks of brilliant yellow lightning aggressively arc around my small, grounded feet. Try not to be too surprised by my vastly superior magical affinities.
How in the world does an 8-year-old child possess such a terrifying, rare elemental affinity?
The highly condensed electricity detonates, severely scorching the green grass beneath my leather boots.
Arthur is actually a highly coveted, incredibly rare deviant mage.
My brilliant son is an actual deviant. I cannot believe my own eyes right now.
I launch myself rapidly forward, utilizing the volatile lightning to drastically enhance my physical speed. I instantly close the wide gap, becoming an untrackable blur of pure electrical energy. My father barely manages to instinctively dodge my devastating, lightning-infused, sweeping leg strike. I ruthlessly stomp the solid ground, sending a dangerous shockwave of raw plasma directly outward. I aggressively pivot on my heel and relentlessly launch another blisteringly fast magical assault. He desperately crosses his thick, fiery arms to securely block my heavy descending blow. The intense collision of our conflicting magical elements loudly shakes the entire quiet courtyard. I quickly draw back my glowing fist, forcefully condensing even more lethal electricity into my knuckles. He aggressively throws a massive, swirling ball of raw, concentrated fire straight toward my face. I fearlessly punch directly through the scorching flames, shattering his destructive magical projectile. A massive cloud of thick gray smoke erupts from the center of our explosive collision. He brutally forces his way through the lingering smoke, aiming a heavy, fiery hook at my ribs. ribs. I quickly parry his burning strike, firmly grinding my reinforced leather boots into the scorched dirt. I smoothly duck underneath his wide, reckless swing and relentlessly prepare a devastating uppercut. He barely manages to hastily pull his thick elbow down to absorb my rising electrical strike. Our rapidly glowing fists violently blur together in a fierce, uncompromising flurry of elemental blows. His explosive, fiery punches are incredibly heavy, desperately forcing me onto the defensive retreat. I carefully weave through his relentless burning barrage, actively seeking a vital opening in his stance. I narrowly avoid a brutal, scorching jab that singes the stray ends of my auburn hair. His punches are getting much sharper, and he is brilliantly leveraging his longer physical reach against me. He powerfully thrusts his fiery fist forward, desperately attempting to violently end our intense match. I instantly switch my elemental affinity, coating my bare hand in a thick layer of freezing ice. The wealthy noble women gasp in shock as my volatile ice magic clashes against his blazing fire.
This is unbelievable. He is a literal once-in-a-generation magical monster.
My adorable dragon carelessly yawns on my mother's lap, ignoring the violent skirmish occurring nearby. I forcefully redirect his heavy, burning fist toward the grassy ground using my freezing grip. I mischievously smirk as his unbalanced physical momentum leaves his side completely wide open for an attack.
Ha ha ha, you truly are an incredible, terrifying fighter, my brilliant son. That is quite the impressive little elemental trick you safely learned over there.
Lightning was definitely my most successful deviant affinity, but I still had a long way to go. My volatile ice magic is highly unstable, and I haven't even begun to properly unlock sound or gravity yet. Virion ruthlessly smacked my face during training, violently reminding me of how far I still truly have to go. But still, regardless of the painful memories of my intense elven training, it felt undeniably good to finally brag about my hard-earned magical progress to my parents.
When exactly did you miraculously learn how to expertly wield multiple devastating deviant elements like that?
I desperately need a very strong drink after witnessing that absurd display of power.
What an absolutely extraordinary, terrifyingly talented young child you have raised, Alice.
The completely stunned noble family quietly escorts us back inside the safety of the lavish manor.
Reynolds, I demand that you fully listen to my serious proposal right now. Do you realize exactly what kind of unprecedented, glorious future your young son possesses?
Of course I do. I knew he was a prodigy the exact moment he awakened at 3 years old.
He unfortunately blew up half of our fragile wooden house during his violent, reckless awakening process.
Those were definitely some good chaotic times for our humble little family.
Vincent dramatically collapses backward into his plush wooden chair, utterly overwhelmed by the absurd magical revelations.
What if we immediately enroll young Arthur into the prestigious Zyrus Academy right now?
Zyrus Academy? Isn't that the most highly esteemed institution on the entire continent?
Seriously, but he is only 8 years old, and Zyrus Academy is strictly for older, proven mages.
With his absurd level of talent, it would be extremely worthwhile for us to generously sponsor his expensive tuition.
We couldn't possibly ask you to sponsor his schooling after everything you have already done for us.
I happen to do a lot of lucrative business with the famed director of Zyrus Academy. I can easily pull some strings.
Excuse me, seeing as this crucial decision will massively affect my entire future, may I say something? The loyal manor staff quickly and quietly clears away our entirely empty dinner plates. My exhausted little sister peacefully sleeps in her small, secure wooden crib upstairs.
I still genuinely cannot believe my beautiful, handsome boy has finally returned to our loving home.
Finding out that you are a powerful deviant mage is still only the second best news I received today.
Your proud father is absolutely right about that, my sweet Arthur. But now you are probably way too grown up for your old mother to give you a goodnight kiss, huh?
I awkwardly avert my shy gaze, feeling a sudden rush of warm, childish embarrassment hit me. I softly sigh, completely letting go of my stubborn, defensive royal pride for a brief moment. I lean forward and gently kiss my wonderful mother affectionately on her warm cheek. Good night, Mom and Dad. I truly missed you both so incredibly much during my long absence.
We should definitely go shopping for some nice new clothes together with your adorable little sister tomorrow.
Please don't hold it against Vincent for being so overly excited earlier. He genuinely means well.
With all due respect, may I please spend some quiet time with my family before deciding on attending the academy? I spoke those formal, polite words calmly at the extravagant dining table earlier this evening.
Of course you are right. I was just getting getting too ahead of myself with my wild excitement.
I had politely excused myself from the grand dining room, suddenly feeling incredibly drained by the long day. Lilia secretly watched me walk down the quiet, empty hallway with a concerned, curious expression. I quietly wander down the massive, luxurious marble corridors of the sprawling Hellstair estate. A strange, highly realistic painting of a fluffy kitten hangs silently on the pristine white wall. I blankly stare at the amusing portrait, my mind overwhelmed by the day's chaotic events.
If you keep aimlessly heading that way, you will inevitably wind up lost in one of our damp cellars. Come on, follow me. I know a much better, cozier place we can hide out in. Hey everyone, I hope you don't mind me bringing a special late-night guest down here today.
She happily leads me straight into the warm, bustling servants' kitchen, located beneath the main floors.
Oh, if it isn't the chaotic young lad who completely scorched half of my meticulously maintained back lawn.
The friendly staff immediately welcomes us to their humble wooden table with warm, comforting smiles. She was pretty quiet upstairs, but I guess this cheerful demeanor is what she's actually usually like.
Do we have any savory roasted duck meat left over from dinner? Specifically the juicy, fatty parts.
You must be careful, Lilia, because your mother is growing highly suspicious of your sudden weight gain.
Maria, I explicitly told you that you are not allowed to talk about that. I am a healthy, growing girl.
The older servants playfully chuckle at the young noble girl's highly defensive, embarrassed pout.
Young Lady Lilia constantly sneaks down here to furiously stress eat whenever she feels overwhelmed by her strict noble duties.
That is it for that incredibly rude comment. I demand you save me an entire pork belly next time.
Her demanding parents constantly pray that she will miraculously awaken as a powerful mage, despite their own non-magical bloodline.
The heavy, suffocating pressure of failing to meet her demanding parents' lofty expectations must be crushing her spirit. She happily stuffs her cheeks full of savory roasted duck, ignoring her strict aristocratic manners. I offer a soft, genuine smile, silently resolving to somehow help this kind girl achieve her desperate magical dreams. I can tell that the Hellstair family are nice people who mean well. My parents peek their heads through the heavy wooden door to check on me.
Good night, my sweet son. We will see you tomorrow morning.
I wake up to the rough feeling of a wet tongue across my cheek. I am awake now, Sylvie. You seem excited this morning, aren't you? I cannot help but wonder how Tessia is doing back in Elenoir. Good lord, you smell terrible today, you little rascal. It looks like I am not the only one needing a shower today. Get in the warm water and wash that foul stench off your scales. Come on now, stop whining. The bath was not that bad. I am coming. Give me a second to reach the door.
Good morning, big brother. Mama told me to come and wake you up. Okay, we are going to eat a big breakfast and then go shopping.
My adorable little sister eagerly drags me down the grand manor hallway. The bustling marketplace is packed with loud merchants and eager travelers. So this magnificent place is the famous floating capital of Zyrus City. I press my face against the glass, captivated by the exotic monster parts. The massive shop is fully stocked with dangerous weaponry and glowing artifacts.
Those small glowing orbs you see carefully displayed are called beast cores. They are magical cores extracted from monsters to power you up. It is quite a gamble to spend hundreds of gold coins on a single core.
You mean to tell me these tiny stones can cost thousands of gold coins?
Our family auction house receives many cores. You're welcome to inspect them later.
Come along now, Arthur. There is a special place I want to take you.
A massive muscular barber grabs my head to begin cutting my messy hair.
Yes, my sweet Arthur, because your long hair is looking atrocious right now.
Do not worry at all, ma'am. I will make your lovely son shine. I will meticulously polish him until he resembles a flawless gem.
I scream silently in my mind as the flamboyant man goes to work.
Stop complaining, honey. You look perfect in your nice new outfit.
I awkwardly pose in the stiff, formal clothing they forced me to wear.
You finally look handsome enough to be my big brother now.
Your sister is right, Arthur. You finally look like a civilized young man.
We continue strolling through the upper districts of the floating metropolis. Down below, a group of obnoxious teenagers are loudly causing a public disturbance.
Those rowdy kids are privileged students attending the prestigious Zyrus Academy.
Well, regardless of their fancy magical uniforms, they just look like arrogant jerks.
That may be true, but they are considered royalty around this city. We were just casually discussing the famous magical academy, Mrs. Lewin.
I quickly spot my small dragon chasing a stray dog down the busy street.
It is refreshing to see him acting excited and playful like a normal child.
Especially after witnessing that terrifying, brutal magical display in the backyard last night.
I wander into a quiet weapons shop while the ladies are distracted. The walls are lined with exquisitely crafted steel blades blades and heavy armaments.
This dangerous armory is no place for a tiny child to wander into. These sharp weapons are not the flimsy wooden toys you play with at home.
I firmly grab the arrogant man's thick wrist before he can pat my head. I shove his patronizing hand away with a cold, piercing glare. I am well aware of what a sword is. My apologies for bothering you.
You better get your filthy hand off my son this instant, you brute.
Do you have any idea who I am? I am Agastus from the noble house of... Wait a minute, is that the famous Helsty family matriarch standing right there?
Would you like me to revoke your family's participation in the Helstia auction house?
Please forgive my insolence. I had no idea this child was affiliated with your house.
Thank you so much for stepping in and getting me out of that situation.
Truth be told, Arthur, I was far more afraid of what you might do to him.
I can feel a sinister, hidden gaze tracking our movements from the alleyway. Sylvie happily scurries across the cobblestone, oblivious to the lurking danger. The sprawling, floating city is truly a magnificent feat of modern human magic. We finally return to the safety and comfort of the Grand Helstea estate.
Ah, you guys are finally back from your long shopping trip in the city. Come over here quickly, Arthur. There is a very important person I want you to meet.
You must be young Arthur. I am Cynthia Goodsky, the proud director of Zyrus Academy. I have heard fascinating rumors regarding your unprecedented magical talents, child.
Zyrus Academy is hailed as the absolute pinnacle of magical education on this continent. It is the ultimate breeding ground for legendary scholars, royal guards, and military powerhouses. I stare blankly at the legendary witch sitting comfortably in our living room.
The old woman's piercing gaze seems to analyze my very soul in silence.
The heavy silence in the room is suffocating as we quietly evaluate each other.
It is a profound pleasure to finally meet you in person, young Arthur Lewin.
Am I supposed to shake her hand or formally kiss her knuckles right now? It is wonderful to properly meet you as well, Director Goodsky.
Please forgive my son's terribly rude manners, Madam Director. He just returned home.
I sincerely hope this boring meeting concludes quickly because I am starving right now.
Please do not worry, Alice. I am the rude one for intruding so unexpectedly. Vincent has contributed massively to our academy, so I couldn't refuse his request.
Lilia nervously averts her eyes, fully aware of her parents' desperate magical expectations. The heavy burden of possessing no magical talent must be crushing her spirit.
I rarely conduct personal house visits, but Vincent insisted a peerless prodigy resided here. Would you kindly lead us to an open courtyard so I can witness his abilities?
Could I please just eat a small portion of dinner before we do this?
Right this way, Director. We have a sturdy paved courtyard for your private demonstration.
It looks like my empty stomach will just have to quietly suffer for a while longer. Sylvie happily trails behind me, ignoring my agonizing hunger pains.
I am eager to properly measure the limits of your hidden magical potential.
Actually, Sylvie is my personal bonded familiar. She hatched for me just a few months ago.
How fascinating. I have personally never encountered a magical beast quite like her before.
Her dying mother was a strange scaled wolf creature. I simply got lucky finding the egg.
A scaled wolf, you say? Your convenient story holds many strange hidden secrets, child.
Here we are. This wide courtyard should be spacious enough for your magical evaluation.
The wide stone courtyard is perfectly illuminated by the glowing magical street lamps.
Let us swiftly see if Vincent's bold claims regarding your raw power were merely exaggerations. You stand there without an ounce of fear. Is it genuine confidence or foolish youthful arrogance?
I am honestly just desperately hoping my mother prepared some delicious grilled fish for dinner tonight.
I am a genius for bringing them to a fireproof stone arena this time.
Since you are clearly not drawing your magical wand, I will respectfully face you barehanded.
Oh, you are surprisingly perceptive to notice my hidden casting wand so quickly. Very well then, you confident little brat. Let our magical evaluation officially begin.
In my previous life, my diverse martial arts perfectly translated into manipulating distinct magical elements here. I take a deep, steadying breath to successfully balance the turbulent mana coursing through my small body. I will seamlessly integrate my past martial stances with my newly acquired elemental affinities. I firmly plant my heavy foot, causing the solid stone pavement to violently splinter beneath me. A dense, suffocating aura of pure earthen mana aggressively erupts outward from my rigid stance. I meticulously control the volatile mixture of internal and ambient energy to shape my impending attack. I aggressively drive my heel down, forcing a massive surge of raw power directly into the earth. The thick stone floor shatters, tearing a massive jagged fissure straight toward the old witch. Several massive heavy boulders are forcefully uprooted and suspended directly in the air around me.
Oh my god, his earth magic is powerful enough to destroy my expensive paved courtyard.
My past fundamental knowledge of raw energy manipulation drastically accelerates this entire casting process. I aggressively roundhouse kick the levitating boulder, launching it forward like a massive massive, deadly cannonball. I violently punched the second stone projectile, sending it hurtling directly toward her fragile body. The heavy rocks tear through the air, carrying enough raw kinetic force to crush solid steel. I relentlessly launch volley after volley of heavy earthen projectiles to test her magical defenses.
What a spectacularly fierce opening assault. You certainly do not hold back, little boy. But these crude rocks are easily scattered by my superior razor-sharp wind currents.
I expected her to block that. I instantly close the wide distance using rapid physical augmentation. I swiftly weave through the chaotic debris, masking my approach within the thick cloud of dust. I forcefully condense a dangerous swirling vortex of raw wind magic directly into my right palm. I unleash a devastating compressed gale strike aimed perfectly at her unprotected chest.
I gracefully glide backward on the air currents, completely neutralizing your aggressive forward momentum.
Damn it. She effortlessly glided away from my lethal strike like a weightless ghost. The sheer residual force of my missed punch craters the solid stone beneath her previous position. A sudden, violent updraft disrupts my delicate physical balance and throws me into the air. I rapidly conjure a cushion of wind to stabilize my awkward mid-air rotation. Dual casting contradictory elements simultaneously requires an absurd amount of precise mental concentration. I firmly plant my boots against a floating rock and explosively launch myself upward.
Your physical tenacity is remarkable, but let us elevate this mock battle to the next level. Allow me to properly demonstrate the terrifying pinnacle of high-tier wind manipulation. Face the crushing might of my towering, destructive magical tempest.
Everyone get down and securely cover your eyes. The sheer wind pressure is too dangerous.
I desperately dig my reinforced fingers directly into the solid rock to prevent getting blown away.
Great spirits of the sky, I command your endless gales to strike down my opponent.
She is loudly chanting an incantation, but her spell is already actively manifesting itself. How did she prepare multiple secondary spells while maintaining that massive central tornado?
Try dodging these highly condensed homing wind blades, little prodigy.
I rapidly conjure counter-rotating gales to aggressively deflect her deadly magical projectiles. I violently shred through her layered magical defenses using pure condensed wind manipulation.
Highly impressive. You effortlessly dismantled my complex spell matrix with sheer brute force. However, you are far too arrogant in your ability to confront superior mages directly head-on. Regardless, your profound understanding of mana flow and combat tactics is truly exceptional. Now prepare yourself for one final test, Arthur. Do your best to remain conscious. Let us see how your fragile mind handles a highly concentrated wave of pure sonic energy.
The piercing, high-frequency sound violently assaults my eardrums, completely disorienting my physical senses. I cannot believe she is actually an incredibly rare deviant mage utilizing sound magic.
The boy passes with flying colors. I am highly tempted to mentor his phenomenal wind magic myself.
Arthur, exactly when did you miraculously learn how to expertly wield earth and wind magic?
What precisely do you mean by as well, Mr. Lewin?
He literally scorched my beautiful lawn yesterday using incredibly volatile fire and lightning magic.
Are you genuinely telling me this tiny child wields 4 distinct elements flawlessly?
Technically speaking, I am completely capable of manipulating all 4 of the basic elements. The old witch stares in absolute horror as I casually ignite a small flame in my hand.
The sheer absurdity of his impossible magical affinities makes me physically dizzy with shock.
Please sit down, Madam Director. Are you feeling physically ill from the sudden magical revelations?
Is my big brother considered a super strong mage, Mama? Why is everyone acting so weird?
He is terrifyingly strong, little one. He will undoubtedly become the strongest mage in history.
I will gladly forgive you this time, Arthur, but please stop keeping dangerous secrets from us.
A sharp pang of immense guilt tightly squeezed my heart, knowing I still harbored massive secrets.
Arthur, please come speak with me privately so we can properly discuss your enrollment.
I nervously step forward, preparing to stubbornly decline her generous academic invitation.
I am quietly casting a specialized sound barrier so that the others cannot overhear our private conversation.
Hey, why did you suddenly lock us out with this impenetrable magical wall?
Your protective parents cannot hear a single word now. Please speak your mind freely, Arthur.
The perceptive old witch easily saw entirely through my polite, superficial facade. The honest truth is, I deliberately displayed my power because I desperately require your vast influence. I need the political power and social influence that only the director of Zyrus possesses.
You boldly demand absolute protection for your family, yet proudly refuse to attend my academy immediately. I must admit, your brazen audacity is incredibly amusing for an 8-year-old child.
Unlike the foolish royals, you fully comprehend the terrifying, limitless potential I bring to the table. But my official enrollment will have to wait until I actually reach the proper admission age.
And why exactly do you stubbornly insist on delaying your prestigious enrollment for so long?
I promised someone incredibly dear to me that I would properly experience a normal, happy childhood.
Goodness gracious, 3 entire years is a massive delay. Whatever will you do until then?
I haven't broken the news to my protective parents yet, but I am going to become an adventurer.
I absolutely forbid you from becoming a reckless adventurer, Arthur Leywin. Not a chance in hell.
It appears your fiery mother has finally caught wind of your highly dangerous career choice.
You literally just miraculously returned to us from the dead. You are not leaving to fight monsters.
Please stop yelling so loudly, Mama. You are really scaring Big Brother right now.
Even brave little Sylvia is actively cowering in fear behind my legs from her fierce maternal rage.
Calm down, Alice. I am definitely not agreeing with him, but we should at least hear his reasoning.
How can you casually suggest hearing him out after all the painful tragedy we endure losing him? You deeply understand my terrible anxiety regarding his absolute safety, don't you, Reynolds?
Of course I understand your valid fears, honey. I was completely devastated when he fell too.
I gently grabbed my mother's trembling hand to offer her some quiet reassurance. I am definitely not leaving you immediately, Mum. I want to spend several peaceful months entirely with you. After hiding away in Elenoir for years, I desperately need to thoroughly explore the outside human world.
I completely understand your youthful urge to fiercely travel and explore the dangerous world, my boy. I felt that exact same burning desire to prove myself when I initially awakened my core. But your loving mother has every single right to worry about your fragile safety out there. Being an active adventurer is a highly volatile, life-threatening profession for anyone to undertake.
A brilliant compromise suddenly pops into my clever mind to ease their heavy burdens. What if I agreed to strictly travel with a highly experienced adult supervisor to guard me?
Even with a skilled guard, I simply cannot bear the painful thought of you getting hurt again.
That is actually an incredibly solid compromise. But who could possibly protect a monstrous talent like him?
Reynolds Leywin, do not enthusiastically encourage his reckless suicide missions right now. I absolutely refuse to let my precious boy recklessly wander the deadly wilderness for 3 long years.
I won't be entirely gone for the full 3 years before the academy starts, Mum. I fully intend on frequently visiting home between my assigned guild missions to see everyone.
You genuinely promise to come back home constantly and safely visit us, my sweet boy?
I nod enthusiastically, silently promising to never inflict that terrible grief upon her ever again.
Ellie wants to continuously play with Big Brother every single day at home. Are you seriously planning on leaving us again so soon, Big Brother?
Please do not cry. I'm staying right here with you for a very long time, Ellie.
Why do you insist on adventuring now instead of properly attending the Magic Academy first, Arthur?
If I stubbornly enroll at the academy right now, I will be significantly younger than everyone else. I vividly imagine getting bullied mercilessly by older, arrogant teenagers simply due to my small stature.
Stop babying him, Alice. Our resilient son is more than strong enough to handle himself.
I flash a grateful smile toward my father for firmly taking my side in this debate. I desperately need real combat experience to thoroughly temper the advanced magical skills I possess.
You foolish meathead. Why are you actively encouraging our tiny child to seek out dangerous battles?
I genuinely didn't lie about wanting to experience a fulfilling, adventurous childhood like Sylvia requested.
Reynolds, please slow down and actually chew your food before you violently choke to death.
I'm just incredibly thrilled to peacefully enjoy a wonderful family breakfast without constantly rushing.
Your father just uses those casual training sessions as a poor excuse to drink heavily afterward.
Your loud, obnoxious boasting is incredibly embarrassing to listen to so early in the morning.
Do you ladies have any exciting recreational plans scheduled for this beautiful afternoon?
Your mother and I are actively running errands to prepare for the massive upcoming anniversary auction.
I think I will peacefully stay behind at the manor today, but thank you for the offer.
We severely debated it, but we finally agreed to let him legally register under 3 strict conditions.
Oh? What specific demanding conditions did you place upon his highly dangerous new career?
He must constantly travel with a trusted guard, wait 3 months, and diligently visit us frequently. Aside from those rigid constraints, the boy is exceptionally smart enough to handle himself perfectly out there.
That is absolutely wonderful. But who exactly possesses the monumental strength to actively guard this kid? Honestly, is there a single mortal mage alive capable of completely subduing his terrifying elemental power?
Look at me, Papa. I am pretending to be a scary, flying black dragon exactly like Sylvie.
The twin horns are returning soon. We can easily assign one of my trusted adventuring friends to him. It is the absolutely perfect solution to ensure our precious son remains completely safe on his journeys.
I absolutely hate to admit it, but that is genuinely a remarkably smart plan, Reynolds.
Please try not to look so completely shocked whenever I miraculously formulate a brilliant tactical strategy, Alice.
The twin horns are coming back? That means I finally get to confidently reunite with everyone again. Jasmine, Durden, Angela, Helen, and Adam. My beloved original travel companions are finally returning to the city. Later that peaceful morning, I quietly approach the Manor Lord's private office to politely ask a massive favor. I patiently wait outside while Vincent meticulously finishes drafting a highly important merchant contract. I rap my small knuckles gently against the solid, polished wood of his heavy office door.
Oh, hello, Arthur. Your busy father just departed for the Grand Auction House a few minutes ago.
I actually specifically came here to quietly discuss a highly private matter with you, Mr. Helstia.
Of course, you are always welcome inside my private office anytime you need anything, young man.
The wealthy, aristocratic women were completely mesmerized by the beautiful floral arrangements you specifically designed, Alice.
I am incredibly confused. Where did the nobles magically spot my simple little handmade decorations?
I secretly placed your gorgeous ornaments directly inside our exclusive VIP auction rooms for everyone to admire.
My mother is completely embarrassing herself by loudly boasting in the middle of the crowded public street.
I'm incredibly angry because my big brother stubbornly refused to come completely out shopping with me today.
I suppose you strictly prefer playing with your strong big brother over hanging out with boring old me. You cruelly promised you loved me the most, but now you are ruthlessly casting me completely aside.
I ruthlessly chopped my melodramatic daughter on the head for needlessly teasing the poor, confused little toddler. Stop aggressively bullying the sweet child, Lilia. You are intentionally making her incredibly upset right now.
I was merely playfully joking because she completely ignores everyone except her precious big brother lately.
It highly appears my own lovely daughter has developed a massive, completely obvious crush on the boy.
I absolutely do not have a romantic crush on him. He is just an incredibly terrifying magical weirdo. You confidently assured me that normal children my specific age couldn't possibly awaken their latent magical cores yet.
I slowly avert my guilty gaze, desperately searching for a proper, delicate way to explain this unprecedented anomaly.
He is already vastly stronger than seasoned adult veterans while I helplessly remain completely magically powerless. It isn't fair. I desperately want to officially awaken my dormant magic to finally make my demanding parents genuinely proud of me.
I gently approach the distressed young girl to carefully offer some desperately needed maternal comfort. You simply cannot endlessly compare your normal progress to an unprecedented anomaly like my bizarre son Lilia.
Are you absolutely certain you didn't relentlessly force him through some hellish, brutal training regimen during his absence?
Reynolds and I are completely aware that our incredibly secretive son is fiercely hiding massive truths from us.
Why aggressively avoid interrogating him if you are dying to uncover exactly how he obtained such terrifying power?
A supportive parent patiently waits until their frightened child feels entirely comfortable enough to willingly reveal their burdens. I gently stroke the crying girl's soft brown hair to successfully calm her lingering magical anxieties.
I suppose your remarkably patient parenting methods are vastly superior to my own demanding, stressful expectations.
The happy ladies finally continue their leisurely stroll through the pristine, bustling shopping district of Zyrus City. A mysterious, heavily cloaked figure quietly observes their every single movement from deep within the damp alleyway.
I must maintain strict observation to seamlessly track the elusive legendary mana beast for my demanding master. Promptly inform Lord Sebastian that the coveted dragon is unfortunately absent from their current shopping party today. However, the highly protected brat who commands the beast will definitely attend the Grand Auction Anniversary event. We will seamlessly execute our glorious, flawless extraction plan during the massive chaotic destruction of the Orkan. I swiftly leap up the crumbling stone wall to completely vanish into the dense
city shadows overhead.
Meanwhile, back at the manor, I awkwardly sit silently directly across from the wealthy lord of the estate. I take a slow, highly deliberate sip of my warm herbal tea to confidently assert my absolute dominance.
Why exactly am I suddenly feeling so incredibly intimidated by a tiny child casually sipping my expensive tea? The suffocating, heavy pressure aggressively radiating from this young boy is absolutely terrifying to endure right now. He literally possesses a far more regal, intimidating aura than the actual reigning king of the entire continent.
I gently place the fragile ceramic cup down and prepare to respectfully discuss my highly secretive business proposition.
Of course, it is my profound honor to generously serve you the finest tea my estate has to offer.
I urgently require your vast merchant connections to discreetly procure some highly specific, dangerous combat equipment for me.
What exact, highly sensitive items could a terrifying prodigy like yourself possibly need from my humble auction house?
I firmly require a protective hooded cloak, a perfectly balanced blade, and a magical mask to disguise my voice.
Procuring an extremely rare magical sound mask will be exceptionally difficult, but I will absolutely do my very best.
I sincerely appreciate your generous, unwavering assistance in quietly supplying my necessary adventuring gear, Mr. Helsty. Since I am currently completely broke, I have devised a unique, invaluable way to properly compensate your generous efforts.
Your father's brutal combat training has already drastically reduced the rampant theft within my lucrative auction house anyway.
I possess a highly secret magical method to forcibly accelerate awakening, and I will happily use it on Lilia. Despite your family possessing absolutely zero latent magical bloodlines, I am fully confident I can miraculously succeed here. I will permanently guarantee that your precious daughter successfully awakens her dormant core to proudly attend the academy. I immediately collapse heavily onto my bedroom floor the exact second I safely exit his terrifyingly stressful office. Utilizing my overpowering king's intent magically drains my fragile stamina entirely dry in just a few agonizing seconds. The severe physical backlash leaves me completely breathless and desperately gasping for air on the hard wooden planks. My brutal former mentors constantly pushed my fragile limits precisely so I could project this terrifying, dominating aura. The beautiful golden sunset slowly descends gracefully over the massive, sprawling Helstia estate later that quiet evening. A small, stitched leather ball playfully rolls completely across the smooth floorboards of my empty bedroom. I lazily track the bouncing toy, completely devoid of any remaining physical energy to actively reach out for it. I ruthlessly swear to acquire enough raw magical strength to safely protect everyone I hold deeply precious to me. I will absolutely never allow another devastating tragedy to violently tear my beloved family apart ever again. A sudden haunting memory from my previous miserable life violently flashes across my exhausted, fragile mind. I desperately sprinted through the freezing torrential downpour, entirely ignoring the searing pain radiating from my aching legs. My heavy academic books violently scattered across the flooded street as I blindly rushed toward the terrifying commotion. A massive crowd of armored enforcers securely surrounded the ruined perimeter of my beloved childhood orphanage. The utterly devastating sight of the brutally slaughtered matron completely broke my fragile, innocent heart into tiny pieces. The heavy, suffocating despair violently consumed my very soul as I helplessly wept in the freezing rain. They coldly dragged her lifeless, bloody corpse out of the burning rubble on a cheap metal stretcher. I violently screamed her name until my raw throat completely gave out from the sheer agonizing pain. The heavily armored officers callously restrained my desperate, thrashing body as I stubbornly fought to reach her side. A grim investigator carefully bagged the bloody murder weapon retrieved directly from the tragic crime scene. That exact lethal weapon became the absolute catalyst for my relentless, bloody path toward ultimate martial supremacy. In this peaceful second life, my strength will be strictly used for unwavering protection instead of blind, bloody vengeance. I violently shake off the traumatic nightmare and wipe the cold sweat completely away from my pale forehead. What is wrong, Sylvie? Did you suddenly sense the ladies returning from their long shopping trip in the city? You are absolutely right. I distinctly hear their loud, cheerful voices eagerly echoing through the grand front hallway. I quickly throw on a fresh, clean tunic and head downstairs to properly welcome them back home. I casually descend the grand marble staircase to formally greet the chaotic, completely exhausted shopping party.
Are you seriously joking about successfully turning Lilia into a mage? That is incredibly cruel to casually joke about.
I assure you this is absolutely not a cruel prank. I formally proposed a serious magical deal to Vincent.
Exactly. He confidently promised to practically demonstrate his highly secret awakening method right here in the living room.
Our entire curious group immediately gathers around the spacious floor to carefully witness my unprecedented magical lesson. Now sit completely still, Lilia. You must precisely mimic the specific breathing rhythm I am about to teach you. Carefully controlled respiration is the absolute key to successfully sensing the dense ambient mana floating thickly around us.
We will stay completely silent so the young genius can properly teach our beloved daughter his miraculous technique.
No, Ellie, this specific technique is far more difficult than simply taking a normal, casual breath of air. If you successfully master this rhythmic cycle, you will eventually become a vastly powerful mage just like me.
I can actually become incredibly strong enough to aggressively fight scary monsters by myself. I will bravely protect Mama and Pa with my awesome new magic exactly like you, big brother.
Please focus your scattered attention entirely on the precise physical cadence of your rapidly expanding chest cavity. I slowly demonstrate the specific, deeply meditational breathing cycle that Sylvia painstakingly taught me in the dark cave. Inhale sharply until your lungs completely burn, then forcefully take one final, desperate gasp of air through your mouth. Afterwards, you meticulously release the built-up air pressure through 15 incredibly short, violently controlled rhythmic exhales. Both little girls immediately close their bright eyes and struggle to perfectly match my highly complex breathing pattern. Excellent progress. Now diligently maintain that exact cycle until you vividly perceive glowing particles drifting directly before you.
My hands are nervously shaking from the sheer overwhelming anticipation of witnessing a genuine magical miracle today.
Wow, I actually see tons of incredibly pretty floating colored lights dancing around in the dark. Oh no, the beautiful floating stars suddenly vanished the exact second I accidentally opened my big mouth to speak.
They disappeared entirely because your fragile concentration shattered and you instantly broke the required rhythmic breathing cycle. Do not panic, Lilia. Your mundane bloodline simply makes sensing the dense ambient mana significantly harder for you.
Alice, do you have any logical idea what exactly your brilliant son is attempting to accomplish right now?
I will expertly utilize my uniquely versatile elemental affinities to actively forcefully push ambient mana directly into their bodies. Just watch carefully as I completely defy all established magical logic and fundamentally rewrite their biological destinies. I firmly place my hands on their small backs, eagerly preparing to safely execute my incredibly reckless magical theory. Do not panic if your fragile chest suddenly starts severely burning. Just diligently maintain the exact breathing rhythm. I carefully channel heavily filtered elemental energy straight through my palms to forcefully stimulate their dormant mana veins.
Oh my god, I can actually clearly see the beautiful glowing magical fragments floating around inside my mind now.
Now utilize your sheer mental willpower to forcefully herd all those scattered glowing particles directly toward your stomach.
I will happily herd all my wonderful glowing friends into my tummy exactly like you instructed me, big brother.
The agonizing magical strain of violently forcing two massive awakenings simultaneously is rapidly draining my already depleted stamina. I heavily collapse backward onto the plush carpet, entirely incapable of safely channeling another drop of pure mana.
Was the dangerous procedure a resounding success, Arthur? Will my precious daughter finally possess genuine magical abilities?
Thank you so incredibly much, Arthur. You literally just miraculously gifted my poor daughter a wonderfully bright future. I violently tackled the exhausted boy into a desperate crushing embrace while ugly tears streamed freely down my face.
Lilia smiles radiantly through her warm tears, finally completely free from the crushing, suffocating weight of magical inadequacy.
I can finally proudly attend the esteemed Magical Academy without entirely disappointing my wonderful, supportive parents.
I am proudly sobbing like an absolute blubbering fool right now. This is truly the greatest miracle imaginable.
With the chaotic awakening successfully handled, my daily schedule finally settled into a highly comfortable, peaceful domestic routine. I rigorously trained my fragile body outdoors before dedicating hours to safely guiding their precarious magical core formation. We sat peacefully by the warm fireplace, slowly accumulating the dense ambient energy floating gently in the air. My physical mastery over precise elemental conjuration rapidly improved with every single grueling training session I endured. The volatile deviant elements finally began obediently yielding to my overwhelming, unyielding mental control. Our lively family dinners were consistently filled with warm laughter, terrible jokes, and incredibly delicious roasted food.
The boisterous, happy energy completely fills the grand dining room, heavily lifting everyone's previously burdened spirits.
I carefully documented my unique magical theories into a secret leather journal to properly track my unprecedented progress. The sprawling, treacherous continent of Dicathan is firmly divided into 3 distinct, highly segregated magical kingdoms. Conjurers effortlessly draw heavily upon external environmental mana to flawlessly cast massive, highly destructive ranged area spells. Augmenters aggressively absorb pure mana directly into their biological bodies to massively enhance their lethal physical strikes. A mage's raw strength perfectly correlates with the distinct, glowing color stage of their successfully formed mana core. Human deviants uniquely possess the incredibly rare ability to manipulate gravity, lightning, ice, and highly destructive sound waves. Elven deviants inherently utilize ancient sound magic and possess the terrifying innate ability to violently manipulate living plants. Dwarven deviants possess unparalleled, fiery physical mastery over manipulating molten magma and shaping raw, hardened metallic ores. Highly specialized deviants like emitters and diviners casually defy all established elemental logic with their mysterious supportive spells. An assimilated beast will directly grant its host the terrifying, monstrous magical abilities of the specific fallen creature. And my adorable bonded familiar Sylvia is absolutely the fiercest, most gluttonous little dragon in existence. Even the grand autumn festivals here are wonderfully pleasant to fully experience alongside my happy family. 2 long months quickly passed, and the grand Hellstayer anniversary auction was finally ready to officially commence.
You must be absolutely thrilled to finally reunite with your old adventuring guild today, Reynolds.
Well, judging by that massive grin, Arthur is incredibly eager to proudly show off his magical progress too.
I confidently marched down the grand staircase, fully dressed in an uncomfortably stiff, highly restrictive formal suit. My energetic dragon aggressively leaps directly onto my fragile shoulder without any prior warning whatsoever. You are getting entirely too heavy to casually ride on my weak shoulder like a tiny parrot, Sylvie.
The loud knocking indicates our highly anticipated, heavily armed guests have finally safely arrived at the estate.
I happily open the heavy door to greet them, only to be violently tackled before finishing my sentence.
My sweet, wonderful little Arthur is actually alive and perfectly safe from harm.
Your massive assets are literally forcefully suffocating the very life straight out of my tiny lungs right now. I will absolutely die an incredibly embarrassing, deeply humiliating death by asphyxiation right here in the hallway.
We honestly thought those horrible bandits brutally murdered you when you violently fell off that massive cliff. Please forgive my reckless, emotional outburst. I was just incredibly overjoyed to finally see your handsome face again.
Good Lord, Durden. You look exactly like a massive walking mountain made entirely of solid muscle now.
I silently shed manly tears of immense relief seeing our brave little hero completely unharmed today. The devastating, soul-crushing guilt of failing to adequately protect you nearly completely broke my spirit back then.
I explicitly recall our strict plan involved cheerfully smiling instead of immediately weeping like massive babies. Why is everyone completely ruining the celebratory mood with all these highly embarrassing loud sobs? Also, why is absolutely nobody frantically pointing out the incredibly dangerous black monster casually sitting right there?
Do not pay any attention to this loud, thoroughly obnoxious idiot's stupid rambling, Arthur. You have remarkably grown into an incredibly handsome, remarkably sturdy young man since we last parted.
I am simply far too mature and incredibly hardened by battle to blindly cry like the rest of you.
The silent assassin gracefully steps forward, her dark daggers securely strapped to her sleek leather belt. Our entire group joyfully joins together for a massive, tightly squeezing bear hug in the grand entryway. Even the notoriously stoic, completely silent rogue is actively hugging my small body with desperate strength.
I'm so incredibly sorry for weakly failing to protect you from falling off that dangerous cliff back then.
My proud heart swells joyously, watching my brave son finally reunite with my closest, dearest friends. We definitely totally missed our perfect opening to elegantly interrupt their highly emotional, tearful reunion.
Are you absolutely certain we do not require heavily armed magical conjurers actively stationed inside the main hall?
If we aggressively station any more heavy guards, the terrified nobles will falsely assume an impending military invasion.
Your veteran adventuring friends generously bolstering our weak security perimeter is an absolute blessing for this massive event.
Their reliable presence successfully allowed me to securely lock down the surrounding city blocks with my own men. We will violently crush any foolish attackers entirely outside, so your precious building remains completely pristine.
After actively witnessing Arthur's terrifyingly destructive magic, I pray no actual combat erupts inside my property. Why did your tiny son specifically request a lethal, perfectly balanced steel blade for his future adventuring career?
I merely bought him a cheap wooden toy. The peerless genius completely self-taught his own flawless swordplay. When we brutally sparred, his suffocating combat aura heavily felt like a hardened veteran staring me down.
What exactly do you mean by a terrifying pressure coming from a literal 8-year-old child?
An utterly terrifying, perfectly calculated confidence, entirely completely forged through decades of relentless, bloody warfare.
The boy hasn't even existed for a full decade yet. You must be drastically overthinking his combat skills.
But he constantly stumbles clumsily during our fights, as if his physical body cannot properly match his brilliant mind.
You honestly possess a logical medical explanation for his sudden, uncharacteristic physical clumsiness during combat.
It must be the highly awkward, uncoordinated growth spurts associated with hitting early puberty, obviously.
Why did it take you grown men so incredibly long to simply put on your formal suits?
Wow, you ladies look absolutely stunning in those exquisitely tailored, expensive designer gowns.
I genuinely apologize for strictly forcing everyone into this highly monotonous black and white color scheme today.
We must maintain an elegantly understated appearance, so we absolutely do not outshine our wealthiest noble guests.
The neutral colors perfectly suit me because I intensely dislike wearing overtly flashy bright garments anyway.
Dressing up merely painfully highlights the embarrassing fact that I am still trapped in a tiny child's body.
Listen up, everyone. The highly anticipated carriage escort has officially arrived to promptly transport us. Let us swiftly depart before we fashionably arrive late to our very own magnificent anniversary event.
I calmly follow the bustling group toward the massive double doors of the grand estate.
My beautiful wife joyfully informed me that Lilia's magical core formation is miraculously progressing entirely flawlessly.
She will undoubtedly awaken powerfully enough to proudly enroll in the prestigious academy completely on schedule.
You have permanently, fundamentally altered our family's entire destiny. Words cannot fully express my immense gratitude.
A deal is a deal. I fully expect your highly exclusive merchant network to easily procure my requested gear.
Everyone, please quickly board the grand carriages so we can officially kick off this spectacular celebration.
Our massive, heavily armored convoy smoothly navigates the pristine cobblestone streets of the wealthy floating city. The enormous castle-like structure of the famous auction house aggressively dominates the entire central skyline. The quiet tension inside the carriage steadily builds as we rapidly approach the massive public gathering. My former adventuring companions diligently ride in the trailing carriage to securely monitor our unprotected rear flank.
I still honestly cannot fathom the absurd, terrifying ordeal that kid violently survived out in the wilderness.
He miraculously obtained a legendary bonded beast, a feat entirely impossible for most veteran magical elites.
That is precisely why I will ruthlessly slaughter anyone who even attempts to aggressively steal her from me.
The heavy wooden wheels loudly grind to a sudden halt, indicating we have finally arrived at the venue.
Welcome to the Helsty Auction House. Please step outside so we can securely park the royal transport.
I gracefully step out onto the smooth pavement, eagerly taking in the sheer massive scale of the building. So this magnificent, towering fortress is where all the wealthiest nobles fiercely bid on priceless magical artifacts. The grand architecture makes the imposing Elven palace look completely like a simple, humble wooden shed. Every greedy noble on the continent has flocked here today to aggressively bid on heavily guarded legendary treasures. The sprawling grand foyer is completely packed with heavily armed guards, tightly securing the main entrance corridors. Staff members quickly push heavy glass carts absolutely loaded with extremely rare, glowing magical items. There is a massive, dazzling fortune of highly condensed, pure beast cores casually displayed on velvet cushions. What the actual hell is that terrifying, grotesque stone statue supposed to actively represent to buyers?
Listen up, everyone. This event is incredibly crucial, so I absolutely demand complete perfection from the staff today. We will successfully host the most spectacularly flawless, legendary anniversary auction this entire floating city has ever witnessed.
Team B rigidly patrol the outer perimeter every 30 minutes to aggressively deter any hidden magical threats. Any foolish intruder attempting a chaotic robbery today will completely painfully regret testing my newly strengthened core.
Your goofy father seamlessly transforms into an incredibly fierce, competent military commander when absolute security is required. Despite commanding the guild myself now, I still vastly pale in comparison to his natural tactical leadership. I must assume my active defensive position on the outer wall now. Stay completely safe inside, Arthur.
Hurry up and join us, Arthur. The VIP guests are actively beginning to forcefully swarm the main floor.
The men will diligently secure the outer perimeter while we comfortably observe the chaotic bidding from above.
We confidently push past the heavy golden doors and enter the massive, sprawling central auction chamber. The sheer immense scale of this cavernous auditorium could easily comfortably seat several thousand wealthy buyers simultaneously. The eccentric, brightly dressed man boldly standing center stage is undoubtedly the primary auctioneer for today. The highly exclusive, heavily guarded VIP viewing boxes perfectly overlook the entire bustling stage from above. Those private rooms are heavily enchanted to completely conceal the true identities of the highest paying nobility. Even compared to my previous lavish royal palace, this staggering display of absolute wealth is highly impressive.
Well, young prodigy, what do you honestly think of our incredibly lucrative family business venture so far?
Casually calling this massive, sprawling, fortified stadium a mere house is an absolutely ridiculous, severe understatement.
I am genuinely so happy that you are finally getting to peacefully experience normal upper-class society today.
Just wait until you excitedly see the beautiful decorations my mom carefully placed inside the private rooms.
Please carefully watch your clumsy steps on the steep staircase, Ellie. Do not violently trip and fall.
We have finally safely arrived at the highly exclusive royal viewing box, reserved specifically for the hosts.
The private room is lavishly furnished with imported luxury couches and glowing, expensive crystal chandeliers hanging above.
Please enthusiastically make yourselves completely comfortable while we patiently await the highly anticipated arrival of our VIPs.
The incredibly decadent room even comes fully equipped with a dedicated private bartender serving chilled magical refreshments.
Come look down here quickly, Ellie. The magnificent grand anniversary auction is finally officially beginning right now.
Whoa! The magical stage lights are incredibly bright and entirely lighting up the whole massive room.
The massive lower seating area is already completely overflowing with hundreds of eagerly waiting wealthy nobles. Aristocrats covered in ridiculously gaudy, highly expensive jewelry push their way aggressively toward the front rows.
Are you silly girls actually attempting to precisely count every single person entering the massive auditorium below?
Let us forget boring counting and enthusiastically play a fun game of clapping pock-pock together instead.
The two happy girls playfully clap their hands together while my exhausted dragon lazily sleeps nearby.
I'm telling you the absolute truth, Alice. The scandalous noble gossip circulating lately is absolutely incredible.
I warmly smile watching my entirely relaxed family finally enjoying a well-deserved moment of absolute peace.
Please forgive my sudden interruption, madam. I must urgently inform you that the royal family has officially arrived.
Our entire group immediately scrambles to form a highly rigid formal reception line to politely greet them.
Open the heavy reinforced doors immediately and respectfully allow the incredibly honored royal family to enter inside.
A highly intimidating, heavily armored royal mage steps cautiously into the room to strictly secure the perimeter.
It is my absolute profound honor to finally formally present the esteemed royal ruling family of Sapin.
The absolute suffocating pressure of a true ruler instantly completely dominated the entire atmosphere of the room. We instantly dropped to one knee, respectfully lowering our heads to formally acknowledge the reigning human monarchs.
Please generously forgive my sudden presumption, Your Majesty. I wanted to formally reintroduce you to my lovely family.
It is my absolute highest honor to respectfully welcome you back into our humble domain, Your Majesty.
We are incredibly humbled and deeply honored to respectfully bask in your magnificent royal presence, Your Majesty.
Please rise immediately. Today is a joyful celebration, so let us entirely discard the stuffy, rigid formalities.
My adorable little familiar is resting peacefully on the soft velvet couch cushions.
I am finally awake from my wonderful, refreshing afternoon nap.
What a truly cute, intelligent-looking reptilian mana beast you possess there, child.
Please step forward and say a proper greeting to the royal family, Sylvie.
Is this adorable infant mana beast officially contracted as your personal magical bond, young man?
We are fully capable of communicating mentally, forming a mutual, respectful agreement between us.
How did a mere peasant child form a mental bond with an infant beast? Do you honestly mean to declare that you hold an equals contract with this rare beast?
I awkwardly avert my gaze upon realizing I revealed sensitive, unusual magical information.
Step aside right now and allow me to closely inspect your unusual bonded familiar.
Cease your inappropriate behavior right now, Sebastian, as you are currently on royal guard duty.
Please kindly forgive my sudden, reckless outburst right now, Your Majesty.
A heavy, suffocating silence rapidly fills the grand entryway after the court mage's embarrassing display.
The grand auction event must be starting soon, so please safely take your royal seats.
I sharply glance backward, thoroughly disturbed by the aggressive, lingering, magical presence behind me.
That magnificent black beast will permanently belong to me before this long night concludes.
Ladies and gentlemen, both esteemed nobles and brave adventurers alike, I presume all of you esteemed guests have gathered here today for one single reason: for the glorious chance to properly obtain one of the rare items in this auction.
We are fully ready to gladly spend our massive fortunes on these priceless magical treasures.
The massive audience enthusiastically claps their hands in eager, charged anticipation.
Before we formally commence the bidding, please direct your attention toward the southern balcony. Please join me in formally welcoming the esteemed King and Queen of Sabin.
The entire packed auditorium immediately bows their heads in profound respect.
It is my highest honor to formally host the royal monarchs today. Next, please properly recognize the generous man who made this entire spectacular event possible. Please give a massive, roaring round of applause for our glorious host, Vincent Helstea.
I politely clap my small hands together in deep respect for the wealthy manor lord. This grand, suffocating display of royal authority strongly reminds me of my previous tragic life. But I am certainly not a ruling king anymore, just a tiny, prepubescent child. I discreetly take a long, calming sip from my secretly hidden glass of strong alcohol.
You desperately need to sit strictly still while eating your messy snacks, Ellie.
The noble women are peacefully mingling together near the lavish royal seating area. The elegant wand securely fastened to her dress clearly indicates she is a powerful conjurer. I cannot sense her latent mana, meaning she likely carries a rare concealment artifact, or she actually possesses a terrifying magical core level that vastly eclipses my own perception. I find it rather interesting that I feel exactly zero romantic attraction toward the beautiful queen. Despite matching my previous biological age, these noble women strongly remind me of my own mother. However, I certainly do not find girls my current physical age romantically appealing either. I harbor zero plans regarding romantic dating, so I will safely worry about it much later.
A beautifully crafted sword is up for auction right now, so tell me if you want it. Do not worry about the heavy price tag. That is a massive perk of owning this establishment.
This exquisite short sword was painstakingly forged by a renowned mastersmith and skilled fire artificer. Channeling a tiny bit of mana into this masterful sword instantly produces lethal electrical currents. The violent electricity drastically enhances the sheer cutting power while providing a devastating paralyzing effect. The fierce competitive bidding for this magnificent weapon will officially start at 50 gold coins.
I will happily bid 52 heavy gold coins for that coveted paralyzing blade.
A very modest, comfortable house here in Zyrus City typically costs a single gold coin. That massive opening bid alone could comfortably sustain a normal family for several centuries. It undoubtedly sounds like a powerful weapon, but I strictly prefer something far less unique.
I strongly suspected you would reject that flashy magical sword, my pragmatic young friend. Why bother playing with a tiny spark when you can expertly wield volatile lightning itself, right?
Oh, so you managed to successfully locate a rare voice-altering mask for me?
Even the dark coat I procured is magically crafted to obscure your physical presence from enemies. Just please stay safe out there, because your fierce mother will definitely definitely murder me otherwise.
The wealthy human king excitedly secured several coveted A-class beast cores for his royal military forces. I stretch my stiff shoulders, eagerly waiting for the long intermission period to finally begin. Wait a minute. Where exactly did my sneaky little dragon recklessly wander off to just now?
I am not entirely sure. She was peacefully sitting right here next to us a minute ago.
I frantically search underneath the heavy luxury couches for my missing bonded familiar.
Papa, please hurry up and forcefully rescue me from this terrifying situation.
I sharply widen my eyes as her distressed mental cry violently echoes directly inside my head.
Please stay far away from me, you frightening, disturbing old man.
Come here quietly, you valuable, beautiful little magical creature.
Papa, please come and bravely chase this creepy monster away from me.
I must forcefully restrain my boiling magical anger, because he is the esteemed royal court mage. Stop harassing my familiar immediately. Let us head back to the main viewing area right now, Sylvie.
A filthy countryside commoner has zero right frolicking around with such a majestic beast.
What exactly did you just boldly whisper to me, you miserable old fool?
I am clearly stating my obvious magical superiority over a weak, filthy peasant like yourself. That valuable infant mana beast is entirely wasted on a pathetic little boy. I am seizing ownership right now, and that beautiful dragon will permanently belong to me.
A massive, suffocating wave of pure murderous intent violently erupts from my clenched fists.